Hello, hello. We're back at the Ted Reeve rink with the Debutants versus the Bomb Squad. This is Awesomeness and
Breaker Thigh. Nice to be here. Miss Awesomeness, is it?
Yes.
Miss Awesomeness.
Looks like the Derby Debutantes take the first 5 points.
What did I miss?
I'm not sure because I missed it as well, unfortunately. It's taking too much time looking at the rosters. Missed our cue.
What? Welcome, everybody, to the Ted Reeve Arena. You are watching the Ganaraska Bomb Squad against the Derby Debutantes. This is the Fresh and the Furious tournament. A tournament dedicated solely to giving newcomers to Derby and to the various roles in Derby a chance to strut their stuff, so to speak.
So it looks like that we're already in a power jam, and it's just jam 2. It is C3KO's power jam for the Debutants. Looks like Vid, their jammer for the Bomb Squad, has been sent to the box for forearms. C3KO picking up 5 points on that turn.
The Debutants are in black, and the Bomb Squad is in blue. I'm hung up on colors.
The colors are quite bright. Looks like C3KO, is just getting in and out with no problem on the last turn in this one as well. Vid now out of the box, making her initial pass, but the Debutantes call it off.
That was Vivid Nightmare jamming for Ganaraska Bomb Squad. Not able to score any points before the jam was called off. The Debutantes do have... Oh, the Debutantes are having... It looks like 3 are going to be in the box to start this jam.
This is an elimination round, meaning that the team that does not win, in a matter of speaking, will have to hang up their skates for the day and just get to watch the rest of the tournament.
An interesting thing that just happened, the skater for the Debutantes who tried to go into the penalty box was waved past because there were already 2 blockers sitting there. Even if the jammer seat is free and clear, a blocker cannot sit in it. So they just get waved off and she's safe.
Yeah, they take down their numbers and then tell the refs later, and they get to call back in to serve it when there's a seat available. But it looks like maybe the refs are having a little bit of confusion on what's going on and what's happening. A lot of official reviews lately.
We are learning.
There are a lot of fresh refs, announcers, and of course skaters here today. Although it looks like a very experienced crew out there. T-Bone, G-Ref, Mo Daddy out there.
Very familiar names if you're in the derby world, the derby community here in Ontario. Yeah, a lot of experience on the track right now in that dazzle of zebras. The two teams are lining up, getting ready for the end of our timeout here.
The bomb squad taking the front and the Debutants taking the back. Looks like they're both going for a full D, which is full defense type of play. The Debutants are in the lead with 19 points. The bomb squad unfortunately does not have any at the moment. And there we go.
Black Jammer off to a fast start, meeting the bomb squad's defense, gets pushed out, and number 5150, Killer Quinn, takes the lead jammer status.
It looks like 75 just got out. She is Frankie Hardy. She's racing around the track trying to catch up for lost time there.
Killer Quinn gets forced out of the outside line.
Looks like she called it off, a hit and quit it, if you will.
4 points picked up in that lap by the bomb squad. None were picked up by the Debutants.
The Debutants seem to have two blockers in their box. Not a great way to start off this next jam.
That's how they started off the last jam, too.
I think they started off with 3 blockers last jam. But still not great either way. Bomb Squad also has a blocker in their box. The Debutants putting up a great defense, especially by Ruby Bruisday, who's just hitting that jammer, not letting her get through anywhere. That jammer's gonna, oh, no, she got a penalty.
Pain or Shine has made it through, but looks like she's going to the box. And
91.
Blast Attack. 91, Blast Attack. Has just picked up 5 points for the Debutants. Ruby Doomsday's back on the track.
The Debutants jammer trying to get through.
Ruby Bruisday going back to the penalty box.
Looks like a seat might have opened up for her.
Along with Brooklyn Brawler.
The Debutants picked up 5 more points.
Blast Attack's Power Jam is about to end. And the Blue Jammer is back on the track, taking the middle lane.
Almost no resistance for Pain or Shine. Blast Attack calling it off. Smart move. These girls are probably already quite exhausted from earlier games today.
It's a long day.
It is, and it's a long, hot day.
Ganaraska Bomb Squad takes the back of the Mill Street start line. Both teams down 1. 1 blocker.
Bomb Squad's jammer takes the outside and is able to slip through the defenses of the Debutants, except for she ends up cutting the track. Crawling back in, she avoids that penalty. The Debutants jammer is through. That is C3KO coming back in for a scoring pass, while the Debutants put up a great resistance trying to keep that blue jammer in. C3KO with 5 points, coming back around to score some more. She's got lead.
Professor McConaughey just got out of the pack.
That's her initial pass. Next time around, if she makes it, she's going to be scoring points. But of course, C3KO calls it. That is 43 for the Debutants and 4 for the Bomb Squad.
The Debutants starting this jam with 2 blockers in the box again.
Doing some quick panty shifting. Vivid Nightmare lined up for the Bomb Squad as their jammer. Quite a powerful one at that too. Looks like number 75 for the Debutants slipped past. That is Frankie Hardy.
Just staying in that inside line.
Vivid Nightmare trying to catch up to her. It looks like it's a power jam for the Bomb Squad now.
We have a little bit of a Harry Potter representation on the track right now.
Do we?
We've got Professor McGonagall and, wait a second, Lord Voldemort.
Ooh.
Which brings me to the fact that we forgot to announce the rosters. So for the Ganaraska Bomb Squad, we have number 123, Pain or Shine, who has been doing a little bit of jamming. Number 16, Brooklyn Brawler. Number 168, Little Miss Slamshine. 215, Cyclone. Number 22, Professor McGonagall. Number 221, Stevie Kicks. Number 23, Tiny Bubbles. Number 3, Crash RX. Number 4, Bubbles the Brave. Number 40, Vivid Nightmare. Number 44, Meg for Mercy. 511, Fanny Japum. 5150, Killer Quinn. Number 80, Glitter and Guts. Number 810, Champagne. 911 is Chickaboom, and 984 is Roxy Roller with a bench staff of Bossy Boots and Super Jova, and those were the Ganaraska Bomb Squad.
And while we were going through that, a lot did just happen on the track. The Debutants jammer came out and scored a few points. She made her initial pass. She's been fighting through the pack, and she's been going on a power jam because Vivid Nightmare got a penalty somewhere along the way while sliding across the track. They're still going at it. It's going to be a 2-minute jam. Vivid Nightmare making it through to score some more points. That's 4 for the board. Frankie Hardy coming around, trying to score a few points. Unfortunately, fell off track before gaining them. But that was a 2-minute jam. Looks like it's 58 Debutants and 17 Bomb Squad. Just going to try and go quickly through the Debutants. There is 2187 BB Skate, 250 The Situation, 3 Ruby Bruce Day, 3112 Lord Voldemort, 355 Trent Messer, 360 Funk and Roll Media, 505 3KO, 606 Pocket Rocket, 624 Malice in that Wonderland, 75 Frankie Hardy, 83 Plum Sugar, 9 Nazik Cruel, 91 Blast Attack. The bench is May Killahan and Splat Benter.
Currently we have Tiny Bubbles jamming for the Ganaraska Bomb Squad, and C3KO has just called the jam off. She was, of course, jamming for the Debutants.
It looks like the Debutants were able to pick up 5 and the Bomb Squad 3. It is now officially 67 to 21. Quite the lead for the Debutants. It will take quite a big jam for the Bomb Squad to catch up, but it is not impossible because in Derby, anything is possible.
Anything's possible. We still have 9.5 minutes left of this game. Once again, the Debutants are starting 2 players down. Killer Quinn takes lead jam status, and who is that number 3?
Ruby Bruisday. She's right on her tail, speeding it through. She's a little girl, but she can take a hit.
5 points picked up by the Bomb Squad, and 2 go on the board for the Debutants.
The Debutants are now officially at 69, while the Bomb Squad is at 25.
The Bomb Squad has a full complement out there on the track.
The Debutants have 2 standing in the penalty box, which means
No penalties called on that little dog pile. Professor McGonagall pokes through the track ahead of 5:05. C3KO.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard when they have numbers in their names, too. Wow.
The names just keep coming even more creative.
McGonagall bounces off the backs of the debutant defense. No penalty. Oh, wait. No penalties were had. Nobody is in the penalty box to start this jam. Both teams have a full complement on the track. The jammers are having a little convo.
He seems to be on a timeout or an official review, one at the two.
Timeout.
I know we've been saying this a lot, but it is a long day for these girls, especially for the freshies. Well, they're all freshies. It's hot in here, and they've been playing for quite a long time. Some of them are getting a little sloppy, which is why we're seeing the penalty box being filled so often. Even the refs are starting to get tired. Many of them are doing double duty and switching off with one another between games.
Everyone involved in today's tournament is a volunteer. The non-skating officials are NSOs. St. John Ambulance is here, volunteering their time to make sure that if there are any injuries, we're well taken care of. It's been a nice, slow day for them, thank goodness. Our refs, players, coaches, and other volunteers.
Ruby Bruisday picking up 5 points. She's on a power jam for the Debutants. Neat fact about Ruby Bruisday, she actually was injured right before fresh meet last year, and since she's only had 11 months of training, she was able to play this year. But she was out for quite a few months with an injury to her ankle.
Lord Voldemort and Funky Roll Medina trying to push the Blue Jammer out of the track.
The Debutants calling it. We are now at 68 for the Debutants, 26 for the Bomb Squad. It looks like the Bomb Squad might not have to skate the rest of the day. But we'll never say never because, again, in roller derby, just about anything can happen.
It just takes 1 or 2 power jams to put a team.
It looks
and
like
we have an official and a timeout again. A timeout. We're all tired. A player did leave the track. It's unclear why or if this timeout has anything to do with that.
it looks like they're sending one of the Bomb Squad to the bench, or the penalty box, sorry.
The tournament head ref did approach the bench and go back and take his seat. That player may have been taken out of the game for too many penalties. Oh, an elbow to the jammer, number 75.
Frankie Hardy taking lead jam, but not without the Bomb Squad's jammer tight on her tail. That is number 5150, Killer something.
Meg for Mercy, the only blocker currently on the track, just took out Frankie in a big hit.
An amazing hit.
Fanny DePum skating by us to take her place in the box.
Looks like we got 3 girls in the box at the start of this. There will only be 1 blocker for the Bomb Squad on track.
They should be waving that third blocker away.
As long as a blocker is standing technically in the penalty box, they can put somebody in as well. Although they tend to try not to.
The Divas holding the blocker, pain or shine, really well. C3KO gets by Vivid Nightmare, but is now going to the penalty box and
for a forearm.
Pain or shine does not have lead jammer status, but she's going to go for a whole 2 minutes.
She already looks tired too. This can both be great for the bomb squad or not so great, depending on how well this goes.
That's 1 5-point lap for Pain or Shine.
She can get through another time before C3KO gets out.
Jammer is on the track.
That's another
Sneaks
5
by.
points.
She's trying to call it off, but she cannot because there's no lead jammer.
Trying to pick up speed, catch up with C3KO now after realizing her mistake. CK30 being pushed out, cutting the track.
Nope, she didn't cut because the person who hit her fell. She doesn't have to go back in or to go around to go to the back.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
That's okay.
CK3KO fighting in the back while Pain or Shine is fighting in the front. Sugar Plum scary, just trying to keep on her, but got sent to the penalty box. C3KO we've seen a lot of today. She's a powerful jammer, a jukey jammer, just making her way through the pack. Pain or Shine trying to get through one more time before the end of the jam. It is now 100 for the Debutants and a 51. Oh, no, 53
They
for the
always
bomb
do that to us.
It's right when you think it's fine. It goes up. What are they doing over there at the scoreboard?
It's another timeout. Unclear for who it's for because I don't have that kind of experience watching the game. I have experience playing the game, but I never watch it.
Unfortunately, I'm also in the same boat on this one, but it doesn't look like the scoreboard has checked off either of the timeouts for the two teams. So I would suspect it's an official review, except for the, looks like our refs are just hanging out, drinking water, having a good old time. Just waving to their friends in the audience.
It looks as though Meg for Mercy and I can't see who that is yet, but they are taking a penalty.
That is 44?
Meg for Mercy.
Oh, okay. And something what?
Another player.
Oh, I think that might be Chickaboom. So that looks like a 9-1-1. Yeah, that is Chickaboom. The bomb squad will start off with only two of the blockers in the front, while the debutantes have a full line in the back. The bomb squad was successfully able to push out the other jammer.
Blast attack, speaking by.
Their jammer just getting out with her initial pass. That is Killer Quinn. Blast attack, trying to call it.
She gets
got
called
it caught. I don't know if she had lead at that point.
She must have. That means with 1 minute and 49 seconds left in the game, we will go a full 2 minutes. There's 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the jam.
So there possibly could be one jam after this, but this is pretty much the final jam.
$50 seconds to go in this jam.
Bomb squad, Killer Quinn getting through, picking up a good 5 points.
Black jammer and blue blocker back on the track.
Blast attack trying to get through, score any points she can before the end of this jam. Doesn't look like she's going to be too successful being pushed out. Killer Quinn up front, trying to push her way through, but keeps falling. Both of them are starting to look tired. Blast attack, getting through, getting her initial pass, according to our ref.
A lot of penalties this game.
Definitely.
5 more points put on the board for Killer Quinn and the Ganaraska Bomb Squad. There will be another jam.
That was a 15-point jam for the Bomb Squad. They're really trying to make up whatever they can at this point. There are still seconds left on the board. There is still a possible jam. Calling an official timeout. This game's had a lot of those. 2 of our Bomb Squad blockers are sitting in the penalty box, as well as one of our debutantes. Or maybe 2 of our debutantes. Oh, there are 2 of the debutantes out there. So there's only 2 for each team on the track at the moment. This will be an interesting final jam.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Mill Street Brewery, longtime sponsor of the GTA RollerGirls, and Layer9.ca, who is streaming from both arenas today. That would be Mr. Force and his crew, bringing us live to your living room or computer or cell phone.
A really great crew out here. If you're watching this now and you're not here, I really suggest you do come down next year, though, if you can. This is a great place to be. Lots of vendors, lots of girls, a lot of excitement in here. It really is its own experience.
And the last game is at 9:30 if you're in the GTA and you want to come down to the Ted Reeve Arena, because it's just going to get better after this. All the teams are warmed up. They're all geared to go.
It really is. And if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, yeah, I want to do this, you really should come down and sign up for fresh meat. Bomb Squad jammer getting out and getting lead jam. That is Pain or Shine, numbers 1, 2, 3. And Frankie Hardy coming out behind her. Frankie Hardy picking up speed, trying to close that gap between the two of them, make the most of any time she has.
C3KO taking a big hit from Pain or Shine. There is now no more time left in this game. We are just going to finish out this jam. It doesn't look like there's a lead. Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Pain or Shine lead jammer just called it off. And it looks like, just guessing, that the Derby debutantes have won this.
We just have to wait for the officials to make it official.
The Derby debutantes have 104 points. Meanwhile, the Bomb Squad has 75. That's about, 74. That is a 30-point difference. Very close in the world of Derby. The debutantes will be moving on to the next round. Meanwhile, the Bomb Squad is going to have to hang up the skates for the day and get to just watch from now on.
Watching Derby is just as fun as playing.
Almost. You don't get to hit anybody watching, I gotta say. It's what I miss the most. But this really was a great game.
The Derby community is really fantastic. It's so supportive. Even if the players on the track are getting a little chippy or upset with each other, they're all best friends when they come off.
Definitely.
And you're never going to find a more accepting and encouraging bunch of people.
We see a lot of girls take really big hits, and sometimes off track, the girls who give those big hits will be like, I'm sorry, are you okay? They really just are loving Derby girls. And that's the end of this game.
It is. So, again, that official score was the Derby Debutants 104, Ganaraska Bomb Squad 74. I'm Breaker Thigh.
And I am Awesomeness.
And we don't know who's announcing the next game, but stay tuned because there's one coming up.
Well, that was fun. I'm going to go check the schedule. I can tell you.
I'll just go over with you.
Oh, yeah. It'll be the winners of the first game. Which I don't know.
Won't be either or. Debs lost their first.
The Debs. The Debutants will be playing again next time.
No, I feel like I'm in a really similar boat as you. I had like some really bizarre stuff come up over this past year. It like culminated in a rib getting removed, and I might get it like the other side removed in January. So until they had figured out what it was, they were like, "Don't do anything."
How you guys doing?
Good. How about you?
Good, good.
We're just talking about like wanting to come back and trying to prioritize it in all of life.
Find the time in your actual life to make it happen.
Yeah.
That part. That's the part that's hard, right?
Right?
That is the part.
How are you doing?
Good.
You're still like coaching and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
It's Deb's day, so like fresh again. So I don't. That's Cindy is coaching of the day.
I
Deb's
know that.
usually coached by me anyway. So
Oh, I guess it's true, right?
Yeah. But it's been good so far. I think one thing's been going relatively smoothly for fresh day. Usually this is really chaotic, but it's actually been pretty in control.
And I guess you would know all of the back stuff, right?
I do, yeah.
It looks new to me, but like I would know.
Yeah. Well, everybody's stepped up. Everybody's doing their thing, so it's been really helpful. You guys, we got volunteers like you guys, so sweet to help us out. We appreciate all the help we can get.
Of course. And the Red Door, how did you guys like? They're fantastic. How did you choose them as your?
We voted, but I believe it was Kat who put that forth.
Great call. Love it. I'm just throwing out my money.
Did Wiener show up? Not at all. Yeah. So unfortunate. But yeah, so it was around and we're like, okay.
So cool. Do you ever need like background in comedy? I don't know. Like
Definitely get away from Derby at least once.
like is it a weekly thing or is it just like a period of time like
We have a house announcer, but we don't have any people. So I guess we'll just set up then. Whatever. So, did you catch who was next? Because I forgot to check.
the Johnson again.
Oh yeah, okay, the Debutants and yeah. And who's that out there? Oh, that's the Cannonballs. Cool.
What are you busy with in like?
Oh.
It's in Scarborough, and I live, I guess, like...
Did he say they were starting on time?
It's like every 2 minutes. But
Okay.
for work, it's not my job. I'm doing art therapy, which is what I'm doing to do.
Do you want to start early enough that we can go through the roster beforehand?
Yeah.
Because I think the last couple of times we've been doing it like in between.
And then just before that, we
Okay, so that's probably what you saw. You guys saw the one from the other arena?
No.
in it, like, in yet, but it's
But if you guys are good to go, then go for it.
Okay. Okay. And we're back from Reeve.
Oh, it's the Ted Reeve.
It's the Ted Reeve Arena with Awesomeness
And Ryan Ginger. Back to entertain you for another 20-minute game, so you get to hear us for probably 30 minutes, if all goes well.
hopefully.
So we've got the Derby Debutantes, who just finished a game. They are playing against the Cannondalls.
So we're just going to go through the roster real quick. For the Derby Debutantes, we have 2187 BB Skate, 250 The Situation, 3 Ruby Bruisday, 312 Lord Rollamort, 355 Trent Mesher, 360 Funk Roll Medina.
Funky Roll Medina.
It's been a long day, guys. 505 3CKO, 606 Pocket Rocket, 624 Malice in Wonderland, 75 Frankie Hardy, and 83 Sugar Plum Scary, 9 Naz Cruel, and 91 Blast Attack. The bench is Maykill the Hun and Splat Benter.
And in the Cannondalls lineup, we've got 101 Betty Rock, 224 Alice Malice, 3 Feminist Killjoy, 32 David, 67 Belle and Sebastian, 6854 Emsky Hammer, 72 Rosa Deadman, 86 Jagged Little Kill, 88 KT Calamity, and on the bench, Kyo Kenzie and Delicate Flower.
Ooh, I like that last one.
I know. We should let you know that we're live streaming on layer9.ca. Mr. Force and his crew are streaming all bouts in both arenas.
And what a great crew they are.
Yes, every year people are asking if this is going to be live streamed or not, and it's always exciting that we can find someone to do it.
Of course, this will be posted to YouTube later as well, so if you missed a bit, you can always go back and watch it.
That's right. If you find that you need to go to family dinner, you can always come back and catch what you missed.
It's really great that they do post that because a lot of our freshies do go back and watch this.
It's great for learning strategy and great for figuring out what you may have done right or wrong in the games. It looks like both teams are gearing up to get started. As I mentioned, the Derby Debutantes won the game that just ended 8 minutes ago, so they are trying hard to regroup and recoup. They're renumbering their arms. It's pretty hot today, so the Sharpies only last so long.
The Sharpies really do just like rub off real fast. Doesn't matter if it's hot or not. Some of the girls come back and they have Sharpie smeared down their faces, their arms, their necks.
You know you're playing Derby right when you have Sharpie on your face.
That's true. That is very true.
Okay, so we've got everyone lining up to start. It looks like Blast Attack is going to be jamming for the Debutantes. And the table they've given us doesn't really let us see.
It's 67.
Belle and Sebastian.
I believe. I think that's what I saw.
Oh, they're jockeying for position and off they go. Yes, with Belle and Sebastian taking lead jammer.
Blast Attack
is out of the pack.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, we're going to Dr. Seuss this whole one. It's going to be great. Wow. Oh, dear. Belle and Sebastian tried to jump the apex, a noble attempt, but ended up with a cutting penalty instead. So she's headed to the penalty box.
Blast Attack is now on a power jam, trying to rack up as many points as she can, speeding around those corners, not wasting a second out there.
This is a power jam, but if you'll recall, Blast Attack was not lead. Actually, Blast Attack just got a cutting penalty. This is going to be a 2-minute jam. Belen Sebastian is standing up in the box, is ready to be released. That means that Blast Attack will have a full 30-second penalty. Belen Sebastian coming up to the pack again.
And it was a successful, maybe not. It looks like they attempted a sweep there.
Her team trying to help her out. And she makes it on the inside. Second time's a charm.
The Cannon Dolls pivot is now returning to the track. Number 3, I believe that's Feminist Killjoy.
Blast Attack is standing and coming back, hoping no one notices her. But indeed, the Cannon Dolls see her and hold her back. She was an integral jammer in the last game, so she has to be getting a little bit tired. She was just bumped out.
Both jammers are trying to fight their way through the pack at the moment.
And the jam is over. 2 minutes. It's looking like the Cannon Dolls have 10 and the Debutantes have 5.
2 minutes may not seem like a long time to some of you, but to the girls out there, that could be an eternity of playing derby.
Especially for the jammers who are skating full out. And then when they're not skating full out, they are running full tilt into a wall of other players.
Everyone's lined up and ready to go. I believe that's Freddie Hardy trying to push her way through the pack. And
who do we have for the Dolls? We have a penalty for the Dolls is what we have. KT Calamity is on her way to the box. And therefore,
it looks like
she
got a forearms, if I saw that correctly. Probably trying to push somebody with a forearms by accident.
Well, Frankie Hardy also jammed significantly in the last game, is trying very hard to make it through the pack, but got a penalty.
Freddie Hardy now entering the box for a cut. That means that Calamity is going to be released and that Freddie will not be serving a long sentence in there.
So KT Calamity is coming back to the pack moving very slowly as her teammates try and help her through on this power jam, the slightly shortened power jam. It'll still be a good solid 20 seconds. Oh, Frankie's up already. And there's Frankie Hardy headed towards the pack now. Sees that wall of green, but goes right for it, and she is fighting her way through.
Calamity trying to get through, sneaking by. The girls aren't letting her, hitting her and keeping on her.
Oh, Calamity just got a cutting penalty. I thought maybe her foot went out. She was on the inside. Looks like number 86 just got a penalty. That's a jagged little kill.
And it looks like that the Debutantes will be starting on a power jam, next jam as well, since we have less than 20 seconds before Calamity entered the box. She'll have to serve a few seconds, but Freddie Hardy has been sent in, sending Calamity out. It will be a power start for the Cannon Dolls.
There are 3 in the box for the Derby Debutantes, one of them being the jammer. 1 in the box for the Cannon Dolls. Each team has a blocker standing in the box, though, so we'll see how that works out. Either way, it means that for the Cannon Dolls, they start with a power jam and only 2 blockers against them.
Now it's Ruby Bruise Day and Blast Attack out by themselves.
And
Bruise Day gives a great hit.
There was a little bit of confusion, and we thought that maybe the Dolls had gotten through, but Bruise Day caught it right at the end. We've got number 32, David, as the jammer for the Dolls. And Ruby Bruise Day going to the box for a penalty. That will make David's life easier. Bruise Day was the one who was hitting her the most. Oh, Frankie Hardy is back on the track. And she and David are toe-to-toe, but David takes lead jammer.
Freddie having a hard time getting through that pack up until about now when I said that. She's trying hard to catch up. Doesn't want to waste any time catching up with David. David making it through the pack and calling it off, not letting Freddie gain any of them points.
Cannondalls sitting at 17, Derby Debutants at 12. These are very well-matched teams again. This is good Derby.
Indeed it is. Very close as well. Anybody can pull ahead at this point.
We're about a third of the way through. We've got 13 minutes to go.
Ruby Bruce Day standing in the box, looking very impatient to get out.
Excellent work by the Cannondalls.
That is number 67.
Belen Sebastian. She is just exploding out of that pack.
Looks like C3KO is close behind her, though, as Ruby Bruce Day is coming out of the box to just have the jam called off.
4 points for the Dolls, no points for the Debs. That is how you want to do it if you're trying to just inch your way up. Four blockers for each team.
Wasn't sure if they were going to call a timeout there. The Cannondalls bench coach suddenly ran out and was making wild hand gestures, but he seems to have gone back.
Emski Hammer is the pivot, and she is trying her best to hold back Blast Attack.
Blast Attack not taking any of this and just pushing her way through. Meanwhile, number 3, David, jamming for the Cannondalls, just having a tough time getting called to the penalty box, which now makes this an official power jam.
Oh, actually, that was Feminist Killjoy.
Oh,
it's all good. Feminist Killjoy is the jammer for the Dolls, and she is in the box. That leaves Blast Attack out there to try and work her way through that hefty wall of Dolls.
looks like they're going for a passive offense, just causing no pack situations at this point. Letting their jammer push through.
Oh, there's a
until
sweep.
Bruce Day just...
That was a beautiful sweep. It was executed perfectly. That's what you like to see with these fresh games. They're really learning the strategy of power jams and what they could do.
Bruce Day again just taking it upon herself to go and punch her way through the wall, trying to get Blast Attack through.
The Debs were having, or the Dolls, sorry, were having none of it this time, though. You can fool them once, but you can't fool them twice. And we've got a timeout.
It's now at a 25-21 for the Derby Debutants. That is a 4-point lead. It's still really anybody's game.
It really is, and we're not even halfway through. We have 11 minutes to go, and this will be a tight one for sure.
We've been seeing this a lot today, I feel like. Very close matches until the very end when somebody just gets enough points to stay on top.
Now I'm trying to find out if this is an elimination game.
It is
It
now.
is now, yeah.
All games beyond this point are now elimination. The person who does not win will have to hang up their skates for the day and just enjoy a nice cool beer and just watch the rest of the night.
And you know what? Right now, I bet that sounds good to most of the players.
A few of them just look too exhausted for this.
They are going to enjoy that nice cold beer or pop or water.
Whatever they feel like.
Or a fancy smoothie from the Arbonne sales lady behind us here.
Yeah, she has vegan protein shakes.
I know, that's a hot commodity.
And some energy drinks, some weird
She might
cool
sell out
ones.
of those energy drinks, I'm telling you.
She probably will.
I think there's a need for some energy drinks around here. Oh, look at her fight through. They are not messing around. C3KO and David. C3KO taking the lead, but David right on her heels. I don't even think 10 feet behind, closing the gap. And
both coming in hot, just like speeding into wherever they want to go, trying to squeeze through the pack as fast as possible.
That pack was moving fast, too.
Derby's usually a very slow game, but every once in a while you get a fast pack and racing jammers.
4 points for each. David's out front, but C3KO is the lead jammer. She can call it off whenever she wants. I believe her coach told her to keep going. She just nailed David and got a 30 to 40 foot lead on her, which is all she needs to get her points. And then we'll see if she calls it. There she goes.
Before David could even try to get any points that time, C3KO just called it off.
Got 3 points. She couldn't quite make it past the fourth blocker, but she certainly stopped the other team from getting any.
We're now at 32-25 for the Derby Debutants.
Looks like Belen Sebastian for the Dolls against Frankie Hardy for the Debs. And there is a solid group of each team, no one in the box, and this is not going to be easy. Oh, but Belen Sebastian makes it look easy. She is the lead jammer, and she just exploded out of that pack.
Freddie Hardy trying to push her way through, but having a bit of trouble there, losing part of her wrist guard, having to go back for that, or maybe not.
Rosa Deadman and Jagged Little Kill were the ones really keeping her back. Alice Malice in there too, not letting her pass. Oh, there she goes.
This is her initial pass, picking up no points, but Belen Sebastian picked up 4, and coming up ahead of her, just going to go hit that pack.
And she's calling it.
She snuck right through there, picked up another good 4 points, 5 points even, and just called it off.
And the tables have turned. The Cannondalls with 34 and the Debs with 32. It's been so tight, and they're just trading off the lead here, but barely.
2 really good teams playing today.
And 8 minutes to go, so really anything can happen here.
8 minutes is both a long time and short time here in Derby.
Now it looks like the Cannondalls have just put Rosa Deadman in as the jammer. Nope, they're taking her out as the jammer. We hadn't seen her as the jammer.
Belen Sebastian sent to the penalty box. It will be a power jam start.
Oh, that changes things. Blast Attack is now taking off, and both teams are trying to figure out exactly how many people they should have on the track.
Malice in Wonderland, I think that was, skated on track thinking that she was supposed to be there and skated off in a hurry. They
can have a fourth blocker. Right now they only have 3 for the Dolls, but there is only 1 jammer in the box.
I think there's a little bit of confusion about where everybody was supposed to be at this point in time, as it does get when we get tired out here. A lot going on. The heat's starting to get to some people's brains.
And the refs have been at this all day too. And you know what? They know the rules, and they're learning as they go, just like everybody else. So
a lot of fresh people here today, not just the skaters. We also have fresh refs, fresh broadcasters, and announcers too. Everyone here are volunteers. None of us are paid. We come and take the time to do this.
So Blast Attack is starting on a power jam, and she is trying very hard to get through, but just got knocked out by Feminist Killjoy. Ruby Bruisday holding back half of the CCDD team in order to get Blast Attack through.
Blast Attack now has the lead jam, which means she can call this off at any point in time, though I don't think she will.
Alice Malice, M-Ski Hammer, Feminist Killjoy are all getting together. Rosa Deadman for the Dolls to try and stop Blast Attack, but she just made it through again. Belen Sebastian is back on the track and has made her initial pass through.
Looks like
where is she going? She is just skating around. She's learning how this works.
I think what might have happened is she mistook the
she thought that she
ref's hand gestures for a cut, when he was just showing that she made her initial pass and was not laid.
Yeah.
It can get confusing out here, especially for our freshies. They don't always know what's going on, and any sudden movement can scare them from the refs. Lots of penalties get called.
Happily, no one in the box. The next jam will see 10 skaters on. They are making, the Debs are making a 4-wall across the back, whereas the Dolls are choosing a triad formation or a diamond formation, and now
the Cannon Dolls look like they were setting up for what some Derby girls would call the Blocktopus back there.
Yes.
It is an intricate move where it is like what we call the diamond, but instead of having a butt and a triangle to our walls, what we do is we make a circular fashion, and we have 2 bracing at a time, and it's easy to rotate. It's a rather advanced move. I'm surprised to see it so much this year at Fresh.
Well, things have definitely changed since I started Derby 5 years ago. I remember when there was one whistle to get the blockers moving, and then 10 seconds later was another whistle to start the jammers. It was a different time back then. Things have definitely evolved. There we go. We've got lead jammer 86, Jagged Little Kill. We haven't seen her jamming much, if at all, this tournament.
I think this might be the first time.
Well, it looks like she's got energy against Frankie Hardy, who has a surprising amount of energy for the fact that she's been playing for quite some time today. Oh, it looks like Jagged Little Kill is headed to the box.
This makes it a power jam for Frankie Hardy if she can get through the pack at this point.
Her team is trying to figure out how to help her, and I think it is definitely the case of it is getting hot and everyone's getting tired.
Sometimes we forget to communicate.
There we go. She made it through on the inside. I'm trying to see which one of her blockers made that hole for her. 606, Pocket Rocket. Now, when she made that hole, Pocket Rocket got a penalty. Oh dear.
Looks like that was a hard collision. Couldn't quite see what was going on. A few refs in the
Jagged
way.
Little Kill is out of the box and trying hard to get away from 83, Sugar Plum Scary.
She was really chasing her down there for a good few minutes.
You know, and she really just about had her too. It wasn't one of those half-hearted chases.
86 coming back around. Frankie Hardy going to the box. It's going to be a full 2 minutes, and we're going to start off on a power jam.
86 just cut. She tried not to. She was on one foot, but had to put the other foot down, and it was inbounds. She cut. She's headed to the box. So Frankie Hardy will come out of the box with less than 30 seconds served. She
will probably be released.
She will be released at the start of the next jam.
Yeah.
Jam ended there.
All the girls looking especially tired.
It looks like the ref may have called an official review. We've got some refs who have been reffing for quite some time. I saw Black and Right over there doing the hand signal for an official review. White Noise has also been around for a bit. Wit Happens is a newer ref. Trying to see who else might be over there.
I know what you mean. I'm trying to see right now, recognizing a few faces of some of the newer refs who've been playing and shadowing other refs, but can't quite see their backs.
We've got Epic Phil right here talking to the coaches and captains. Oh, we should look at that score again. Look at that. The Cannon Dolls at 50, the Debs at 54. Such a close game. We've got 4 minutes to go, just over 4 minutes to go. Looking around at the crowd, it looks like it's building. We've got We've got a fair number of skaters who are now watching. A lot of spectators showing up. People who maybe had to work today or just thought they'd show up for the really good finale.
It looks like it'll be the Divas versus the Toxic Triad after this as well. I see them lining up behind me. The Divas have been doing well. They're a Toronto league, and the Toxic Triad actually happens to be Party, Durham, and Lindsay mixed together. They've been practicing for about 2 months as a team. They were doing well and lost their last game, but they still have a chance to stay in this.
That's right. Everyone wants to see how this is all going to turn out. Seeing lots of the players fanning themselves as they try and stay cool.
Many of the NSOs as well are fanning themselves off a bit. It really is hot just sitting here. Can't even explain to anybody. It's just muggy.
So we're happy to announce that at almost 5 p.m., with this tournament starting at 11, at almost 5 p.m. we have not had to engage St. John's Ambulance here in the Ted Reeve Arena. They are over there. They are our safety experts and are here to help us with whatever injuries that any of the skaters might get. And it's nice that they just get to watch the game. Let's keep that up. I'd touch wood, but all I have is a plastic table. Someone out there, touch wood.
Yes, please do. I've only seen them once go out to a skater just to check on her, and she happened to be fine sitting in the bench. But that is the only time I've seen them off of their chairs. Otherwise, they've just been here watching with us, which really is quite a good thing. Don't want anybody hurt out here.
So right now we've got the refs chatting with the coaches and captains there, trying to sort out whatever the official review happened to be. Back in the boxes, we've got coaches talking to teams. It's such a tight score right now that both teams are probably strategizing on how they can best use the next 4 minutes to just take the lead and or maintain the lead.
It looks like they may actually be discussing penalties or the jammers in the box at the moment. I can see one of the refs talking to the NSOs, pointing to the 2 jammers, explaining what they want to happen, I believe. But it will not say for sure.
It looks like we've got Frankie Hardy standing and will be released as soon as the next whistle blows. And I'm not sure will be released in that same amount of time.
Well, I know she did sit down at 7 seconds, but I'm not exactly sure when the Cannondale's jammer came in.
Yeah.
So I would suspect around 10 seconds of a penalty. That's what I would say.
And this official review might tell us something different. We're not exactly sure.
They might release both jammers at once at this point, or make both of them sit.
I'm looking around at all the vendors we've got here. For anyone who knows someone who's here, text them your order. We've got Monster Muffin and 1234 Skate Company. We've got, there's an Arbonne representative here, and the Bite Me Boutique. There are just all kinds of fun things. I believe there are even Fresh and the Furious T-shirts that you could get.
They are, but I believe they're sold out now. I went myself to the table, wanted to get one, but they were all gone.
Well, then don't text your friends to pick you up one of those. But really, if you need any gear, this is the place to get it. This is the time when you can shop and take a look at what's here.
There's also a fresh meat sign-up booth, if you didn't know, here for people who are coming for their first time and decide that they want to try fresh. Fresh meat is the boot camp you have to go through to be able to play in anywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a 12-week course. You do it about once a week. Almost every league holds them.
Yeah, and if you're not here, don't despair. Contact your local Derby League and they'll set you up. Also, Camp Roller Derby is here. You can go to Camp Roller Derby. I am not kidding you. It's a thing.
My friends, actually, some of my teammates did that last year. Apparently, it was a lot of fun.
I have heard the same thing. So if you are fresh to Derby and aren't actually at Fresh and the Furious, you can go online and sign up for Camp Roller Derby. You don't even have to be fresh.
No, you don't. And it's like an overnight one, too. There's cabins. It's like a whole experience.
It sounds like a great time.
It really, I think, is. Never been myself.
Neither one of us have been, but we've heard.
We've heard only great things about it.
We've got several photographers here, too, so I'm sure that if you're on Facebook, which isn't everyone on Facebook? Just about.
I want to say just about everyone, except for the people who refuse to be on Facebook.
Okay.
There are those people.
Well, some of you have good reason to not be. But for anyone who's on Facebook, you will quickly see photos start coming up from this wonderful tournament. It happens every year, and it is the thing to be at. If you're fresh, you should be looking at Fresh and the Furious for next year.
Definitely. We're still on official. Oh, no, maybe it's done. We're still kind of waiting on the official review. Going on 8 minutes of this.
We're not sure what they're discussing, but they're discussing it 8 minutes long.
Many of the crowd looks kind of annoyed at this, unfortunately. They're all like, please get on with the game.
They do. They're starting to lose interest. We need to keep moving here.
There's very Oriental fans too out here now that I'm looking. Woo!
I suspect even the people watching the live stream are getting a little sick of listening to us. They would like to watch Derby too. Here we go. Lucky you guys. Saved by the bell.
We have 67 pivoting for the Cannon Dolls and number 3 for pivoting for the Debutantes. Woo, lost words there.
There we go. So we have number 86, Jagged Little Kill, out of the penalty box. And they're holding, the ref is holding hands as though she's the lead jammer. I don't know what that means when you come out of the box, but it is what it is.
I believe that she cannot be lead jammer.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm not about to doubt this ref who has been around for White Noise, has been around for years.
He indeed has.
At any rate, C3KO also came out of the box and is making her way around. Oh, she's trying to call it off. Now, that's not going to work. So she keeps going. Oh, number 67, Belen Sebastian, just took a panty pass from Jagged Little Kill and is now the jammer.
She sneaks around only to be met by the Debutantes.
C3KO is going.
Not without Sebastian on her tail, catching up fast. Sebastian needs her her jammer panty to be able to score points on.
Which, you know, she has, so that's cool. There she goes. The crowd is kind of going wild out here. There is a lot of cheering, which is great to see.
Sebastian hit C3KO, not enough to send her flying, but just enough to
slow her down, and that is sometimes all you need.
C3KO having a bit of a...
trying to push her way through, but getting knocked out to the inside, going back to the back of the pack. It slows you down, but it's better than 30 seconds of penalty, that's for sure.
The Debutantes really just trying to bring... she got through.
And that is the end of this jam. We've got 2 minutes left in this game, and the score is still just as tight as ever. In fact, my goodness, the score is... I'm going to wait. They're putting up the score. It looks like it's 67 for the Dolls and 70 for the Debs.
That is a 3-point difference.
That takes the Dolls getting lead jammer and getting 4 points, and they could be in the lead. It's just so close. It's too close to call. With 1:54 to go and a timeout happening right now. Both teams are getting into formation. They're jockeying for position. We're seeing
the Cannondalls really making use of that block-to-post stance, just ready to capture Blast Attack if she ever dares to come their way.
the Debs have decided to take the front. They have 2 in the box, so there are only 2 of them.
Although one of their blockers is standing, that means she has less than 10 seconds left to go. She should be re-entering and joining them soon as backup.
There we go. We've got the Debs working hard to keep David back. David is the jammer for the Dolls, and she makes it out as lead jammer.
That was great blocking done by Sugar Plum Scary. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Blast Attack just out of there with lead jammer
David.
on a...
David has gone on a penalty. That means Blast Attack has a power jam.
She's pushing her way through, stumbling a bit. Her teammates look like... Oh, it was a successful sweep, but one got loose.
67 to 69. Still too close to call. This power jam is not going smoothly for the Debutants, and Blast Attack is not having a lot of luck getting through.
Blast Attack is now officially all the way through.
But David is standing in the box. She's going to be released any second now.
She has gained 5 points. David, not sure if she's made her initial pass yet.
I think she had, but we'll see what happens here.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. Yep, they gave her 4 points. It is
Blast
still...
Attack is calling it off. Well, my goodness, there are 25 seconds. There is going to be one more jam here. And the score is 74 for the Debs and 71 for the Cannondalls. They managed to keep that 3-point spread. It's anyone's game.
There's a timeout being called right now. Probably the team's trying to catch their breath, strategize what they're going to do next for this last line. It's really anybody can win this.
You're going to see both teams put out their best line. They're going to put out the power line. Whatever they've got, whoever has gas left in the tank, that's who's going out. So it looks like we've got Ruby Bruise Day, my bad, going out as the jammer for the Debs.
Looks like number 72 being sent to the box.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We've got one of the Dolls going to the box. That's Rosa Deadman. And I'm just looking to see who's wearing the star. It's number 67, Belen Sebastian for the Dolls. So it should be a face-off between Belen Sebastian and Ruby Bruise Day, 2 phenomenal jammers. It's been a really, really good tournament for both of these jammers. They've done really well. They've shown considerable skill at apex jumps and just different strategies.
The Debutants trying to put out their biggest hitters, it seems.
The Dolls take the lead. Remember, they're 3 points down, and Ruby Bruise Day is right behind.
She is racing to catch up with Sebastian.
My goodness, the excitement. Everyone is cheering and screaming. This is amazing. Sebastian gets out front. She has 4
Bruise
points.
Day having a bit of an issue getting around her own blockers before making it out with 4 points.
Another 4 points. You know, we still need that 3 points for the Dolls. It's still 3 points ahead for the Debs. I don't know if Belen Sebastian can pull it off.
It looks like they may be going for a full 2-minute jam.
They are. Anything can happen. Ruby Bruise Day is down, though. Is she getting up? She is.
She is getting up.
She must be so tired.
She is quite the trooper with these things.
And Belen Sebastian just called it. Are you kidding me? She got 4 points. She needed 3 to tie it. She got 4 points. More than 4 points. They're still putting points up. Oh, my God.
The Debutants won by 1 point.
Can you hear the crowd? What a great game.
The Cannondalls should really be celebrating as well. They played a fantastic game. That is very close the entire time. The refs seem to be gathering, just discussing whether or not this is right or not. NSO is checking their boards, checking their official scores.
It is a bit sour for the Cannondalls to lose by 1. They are not celebrating, but this was really a phenomenal game, and they should be so proud of themselves, as should the Debs. I mean, both teams have played so well.
The Derby Debutants, what it looks like to be one of their bench staff, just jumping in the air, like really high up in the air in celebration. And it looks like it is official. They'll be moving on to the next round, and the Cannondalls will be hanging up their skates for the day.
So the Derby Debutantes with 82, the Cannondalls with 81. A wonderful game. I'd say this was the best game of Derby I have seen all day and probably even all season.
I would have to agree with you.
I can't wait to see what comes from these teams who are moving on into the finals. This is phenomenal Derby. If you're not here now, you should get here. And we will be signing off now. This is Ryan Ginger and
Awesome Miss.
And someone will be back to live stream the next game in a few short minutes.
Oh, that was great. That game was great.
I want to call my mom and be like, are you watching the live? Should be like, Jack, if you're not playing, I don't know. No, Mom.
After that 8-minute OTO,
Oh, yeah, it was her with the white shirt and the red skirt.
Oh, she's hiding in the EMTs.
Yeah, usually they're staying there because they can see the jammers.
I do it too at home.
Yeah.
I hide behind the
8-minute OTO.
I saw you skating around looking.
Oh, I don't want to talk.
Yeah. Who's they're live by the way.
Behind it, it's 5
Yeah.
o'clock.
Well, he's not the announcer.
No, these are live right
know
now.
we're going to
That's all. Who's heading the next ahead of the next week? Phil?
Same crew, same station.
Okay. So I just wonder like what time we're gonna start roughly. At least
Supposed to
at
be
least
5. Probably ASAP as soon as the kids are ready.
okay. So we have at least 5 minutes.
just screwed up once. So let me...
I've screwed up a lot. Are you Mr. Force?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Breaker, I guess.
Is this the first time you've announced?
The first time I've announced on a stream.
Oh, okay.
Like a broadcast. I've announced. I've been a house announcer before.
I think it's more fun on the stream. You get to sort of talk to people. You know, you get to. There's an opportunity to communicate more.
See, I communicate. Like I interact with the crowd. So I'm having a harder time.
Well, okay. Well, you got 30 or 40 separate devices out there watching, which is probably 50 to 60 people. So you've actually got more people out there.
I know that last game.
I was watching it, I couldn't hear. It was like a minute and a half. I was like, oh my god, I didn't miss any game for me.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
This one,
Yeah.
she's left.
She's done.
She hit the ambulance outside with her car and was so upset she went home. Yeah. And a jammer here, 922, Rue, is not on this list. Oh, you put her there. Okay, sorry. Then I will mess up your page.
That's okay. No, yeah, I discovered that one earlier. When I had them earlier today.
These are the instructions again. So, okay, well,
Yeah, I did see while you were playing. I was like, she's not on my list.
So you know there's a Twitter feed. You know you can get people to talk to you by tweeting on the Twitter feed.
Oh, because I've been tweeting.
Yeah, but remember, if they tweet using hashtag FNM 2016, you can see that. So you can get that feeling of some feedback.
Yeah.
And there's probably more people watching on the stream than there are here in the arena.
You're right.
Yeah. So just so you
Interactive.
I gave up a couple of years ago actually coming around and telling you guys whether anybody was watching. But there are people watching.
No, for sure, yeah.
Between the two tracks, there's about 70 or 80 people all day.
Right, and of course those are devices. So it's like some of the leagues that are from out of town, they may actually have a
they're
watch
probably
party.
all sitting getting stocious over beers, watching the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to find this hashtag.
My name is Mr. Whistler.
And I'm Breaker Thigh.
Hello, Breaker.
Hello, Mr.
Welcome
Whistler.
back. So, we are now into the elimination stage of the day. These are all elimination games from here on out. We will be seeing in black from Toronto Roller Derby the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad, also known as the Divas.
And in purple, the Party Toxic Triad, which is Triad because it's comprised of 3 teams, Lindsay, Peterborough, and Durham.
And right now they're also enjoying lead jammer status, courtesy of number 11, Stevie Stitches. Wearing the star for the Divas currently, Professor Vex, number 181. We'll do some roster run-throughs in a bit.
Stevie Stitches was, unfortunately, she had to leave the last game.
A few people left the last game for Party, but they still came out on top in that victory over the Highland Renegades. Cool, very quick run through of the Divas roster. Number 1, XS, number 1000 kilohertz. 1013, Virus. 12 is Hellgirl. 181, Professor Vex. 1962 is MC Slammer. 2442, Pikachu. Number 31, Helvetica. Number 6, Starscream. 705, Shorjo Grief. 716, Mina Von Teese. 8055 is Argyle. 8084, Bubba Fatale. And 813 is H-Bomb. Second consecutive lead jammer going to Party, and that's Intoxicate, number 25. But Mina Von Teese hot on the wheels.
Party has assembled in the front. Mina Von Teese does sneak by and scores 1 point.
1 point, but...
No, 4 points. That was...
Oh, we're looking at the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we have a tie game. We had a 1 point for Intoxicate, who almost took out the broadcast table at turn 1 and managed to keep back of all the wires and all the equipment of layer9.ca.
I want to quickly go through the Party Toxic Triad roster. Number 922, Rue. Number 10, Lady Macbeth. Number 11, Stevie Stitches. 1101, Hits and Bites. 1307, Skittles. Number 18, Red Bandit. 25, Intoxicate. 26, Guinevere. 27, Saul Good. Pardon me? Oh,
Saul Good is the lead jammer.
Saul
as
Good
it
is
happens.
lead jammer.
Sorry, my hand signals are a little vague.
416 is Less Mercy. 721 is Eva Longoria. That's Evil Longoria. Number 87, Ivy. 93, Tequila. 97, Catalina Wine Mixer. On the bench, we have Coach Dawson and Jax.
So Argyle did a star stash to complete the initial pass and now picks up 4 points. We already have 5 on the books, and now certainly some more coming here for Saul Good. Looks like another 4, so that jam ought to go 9-4 in favor of Party. It does, so 14-9, 17 minutes on the game clock. See, for this lineup here, we've got a triangle of Party blockers at the front and a 3+1 rear 4-wall for the Divas. There is one member of Party in the penalty box.
Stevie Stitches.
Yep, Stevie Stitches wearing the pivot stripe. Professor Vex coming off the Mill Street start line.
Skittles bracing for Party in the front. Stevie Stitches trying to work their way around the outside. Skittles holding them back.
Red Bandit with the star for Party.
Or Party is in the penalty box.
And now a track cut being issued to Red Bandit. So both jammers making visits to the penalty box. Professor Vex will be standing shortly anyway, I believe. And now they're released, re-entering the track. No blockers for either side in the box. 4-wall up at the front. Party skaters. Vex going for the apex jump, unsuccessful. Second visit to the penalty box for them on this jam. That means Vex at the 50% mark for box trips before a foul out with those early 2 penalties.
The pack slowly skating around, waiting for Red Bandit. And she gets by on the outside line. Party deciding it's going to assemble in the front-ish.
It is ish. I think ish is accurate in this case. 2 more points for Red Bandit as the jam is called.
I've seen a lot of defense setting up right next to each other today.
Yeah, well, it's almost like, oh, what are you doing? Okay, oh, we're going to do this. You're going to do that? I'm going to do this. So we're seeing the chevron here, the reverse chevron from the Divas. Kilohertz wearing the pivot stripe for the Divas, number 1,000. So look for possible star pass opportunities. I believe that's Mina Von Teese on the Mill Street start line for Toronto. Waiting to get a good look at the Party jammer.
Oh, the Party jammer is Guinevere. And
good eyes.
they're my team. Saul Good is wearing the pivot stripe. She's also a jammer. I wouldn't be surprised if we see those two working together with a little panty pass. Mina Von Teese has broken through first with Guinevere now having escaped the pack.
Yeah, some nice work there by Guinevere doing some of her own offense, open up the inside line for herself. Mina Von Teese trying to call it, a bit of a slow call off there, and that's going to result in a steal for Party. They're going to pick up 2.
This game is going to be really fun for both teams because they like each other a lot.
Timeout being called by the Divas, taking a team timeout. In these 20-minute games, each team able to call up to 2 team timeouts as well as an official review. So, yeah, scoreboard has been adjusted. So, yeah, there's the 2 points for Party. Nope, now they're taking them away again. So they may have made some self-correction there. Oh, here comes one back. There it is again. See if it stabilizes. 23-10 is the score in favor of Party. Clock is stopped at 13-17. The winner of this game will continue to play on, and they would be playing the very next game, actually. Kind of the way this bracket works is sometimes you wind up playing back-to-back. Your prize for winning is you play immediately thereafter, and that would happen for the winner, pardon me, the winner of this game. They will play Royal City's Our Ladies of Pain at 5:40 or thereabouts. Team that does not win will be done.
Our Ladies of Pain had a great morning in the bubble.
Indeed, they did. They took both of their first 2 games against the Rock Quarry from Rock City in Rochester, New York, and followed that up with a victory over South Simcoe from Barrie.
We have a timeout again.
This time of the official variety. Epic Phil, who's the head referee for this game, communicating with the party bench at the moment. And they're sending number 10.
Lady Macbeth.
Lady Macbeth is going to take a seat in the penalty box. So now the way things are lining up for this one, it's going to be a reverse chevron for Party and a rear wall made up of Divas. Argyle with the Jammer Star for the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad.
We want to remind everybody that the official hashtag for the Fresh and the Furious is hashtag FNF 2016. I've got my cell phone on, looking at the Twitter feed. If you'd like to talk to us.
Argyle almost picked up lead and then was knocked into the infield. Forearm penalty being called to number 1307 Skittles for that contact, but it was just enough to hold back Argyle. So Lee Jammer is actually going to be number 25, who's Intoxicate.
Oh, a big hit there in the inside.
Yeah, it was Red Bandit flying towards the inside, preventing the apex jump from Argyle.
Those apex jumps look really nice, but they're super dangerous because you're very vulnerable.
Both jammers are scoring. This party elects to run this one long, trying to see if they can. Looks like they're trying to get a double scoring pass advantage on Argyle, but so far they're only coming ahead with the 4. There's a 5th point coming in on that pass for Intoxicate. Though it did look as though she may have been neck and neck with Argyle. It was hard to see from this angle. Just under 12 minutes left in the game. Party out in front, 40, that's a 4, 40 to 22.
2 Party Jammers are blocking this time. Saul Good is in the back for the Toxic Trio. And Saul punches through.
Kilohertz knocked into the infield for the Divas. Knocked in again. Very quick to re-enter, though.
Hit by Stevie Stitches, who brings her back. Saul making her a point pass.
Yeah, took out Starscream on that pass. Kilohertz now with the star in hand, trying to sneak through, looking to see if they may get a star pass. Not this time around.
Oh.
Kilohertz trying to work around the outside and then zips through the inside at turn 2.
Kilohertz's footing is quite fancy.
Yes.
I'm watching her skates. They're just, I love it.
Yeah, very fancy footwork. And Saul Good, for a track cutting penalty, is going to take a seat in the penalty box. So there goes the lead jammer status. Now a power jam for the Divas. They desperately needed this.
This is their chance.
So there's a grand slam for Kilohertz. Still 50 seconds, 5-0 left on the period clock. Sorry, the jam clock. We have a lot of clocks here at Ted Reeve Arena.
Oh, a swing and a miss by Stevie Stitches. I got that from you. I think I got that from you earlier today.
Hey, they're all available. Nothing's patented. Kilohertz picks up another grand slam. Going back for more. Puts the toe stop down, though, and prevents the cut. Divas blockers get their wires crossed.
Slides across the floor.
Kilohertz Low blocking is the call going to the penalty box. So this is a power jam now for Party.
5 more seconds in this jam.
XS trying to draw the cut. Starscream getting tangled up at the end of that jam with Saul Good. Everybody's kind of questioning, like, does anybody get a call for that? Are we okay? We can go back to the benches? And they're very, like, quietly, like, okay, let's just go, man. Let's just go. They're heading back to the benches. Officials are going to call an official timeout. It's their team. They're the ones calling the timeout. So clock frozen at 9:07. Party in front, 49.
It looks to be a sizable crowd in the penalty box. I don't know. I can't see. I can see at least 3 skaters.
Yes, and Starscream is now heading to the penalty box, so that would be a low blocking penalty for that late collision with Saul Good at the end of that jam. So 49-35, only 14 points separating these two teams.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Mill Street, longtime sponsor of the GTA RollerGirls. The Divas taking the front with 2 blockers.
And it's a full box of Divas right now, although one is standing. So they're only going to field 2 skaters to start this jam. It's Helvetica and Giorgio Grief, who's wearing the pivot stripe. Lone jammer on the track to start is Red Bandit number 18, who very simply picks up lead jammer status.
Party players doing a late sweep. Red Bandit does manage to take advantage of it.
Hits and bites being sent to the penalty box. Penalty box for a direction of gameplay penalty.
Kilohertz that's her initial pass, isn't it?
He actually just left the penalty box. Red Bandit sliding across the track on her back after that collision. Gets back up, though, back in play. Knocked to the infield by H-Bomb. Now calls it from the floor on the infield. And looks like the Divas are actually going to take their second team timeout. No, I apologize. That is being directed towards Party. So Party's going to call this one. They do have an 18-point lead. Clock stopped at 7:55.
They have a history of getting into penalty trouble. Coach Dawson probably needs to remind everyone to stay on the track.
Yeah, doing a bit of a head counts, checking against the whiteboard, no doubt. In fact, he's coming up now and having a good look at it. So, being mindful of the penalties, I do believe that is probably why he's calling this one, just getting everybody calmed down, reined in. Do have 2 members of the Triad in the box, although one is standing. 1 member of the Divas sitting in the box as well. So 3-2 pack advantage to start for the Divas.
Guinevere providing some resistance to Mina Von Teese. Guinevere sneaking by low.
Mina Von Teese comes up the middle on that second attempt and completes the initial pass. Brace comes apart for the Divas. Lady McDeath comes up the middle, puts up 4 points, but Mina Von T is able to steal a deuce. So lead is now 20 points, 61 to 41. 7 minutes remain on the period clock.
Is that Argyle?
That is indeed
wearing the star.
Argyle. Argyle knocked to the outside, almost stayed in, but lost her footing.
And Red Bandit, no, sorry, that is Intoxicate. On her heels.
But Argyle actually now out in front as lead jammer, trying to get around, goes to the outside, calls it from the ref lane. 1 point comes in for Party, and 1 point for the Divas, so that one's a draw. Argyle showing some almost veteran poise for a relatively fresh skater. Already has a couple of games under her belt as a member of the Divas this season with Toronto Roller Derby. Was also earlier this year called up to the home team level, put in a game with the Smoke City Betties in home team action. One of the reasons you have a farm team is to, fill in the holes on the roster when you need to.
Yeah.
So one of the few skaters with some home team experience.
Solgood is a very quick skater.
And Solgood is a skater who strikes me as somebody who's quick without looking like they're being quick, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Very deceptive with the speed.
You're right.
Kilohertz now knocked to the outside as the jam gets called. Again, able to steal a couple of points, but 4 points come in for Party. So with these consecutive 4-2 jams coming in for the team in purple, they're starting to edge away just a bit. They're now out by 21 points with 5 minutes left.
Both teams favoring a triangle formation on defense. I have yet to see a flat wall today.
There's been some, but I don't think we've seen them from either of these teams. Mina Von Teese challenging.
That was beautiful.
And successful with that takeout on Intoxicate. Rue, number 922, with the star for Party, not too far behind. Mina Von Teese now inside, outside, hands on the hips. Jam is called. Rue is able to steal a point, but Mina Von Teese picking up all 4.
They're climbing up slowly but surely.
Yep, now it's an 18-point differential, 67 to 49.
Lady Macduff jamming for Party.
I believe that is Argyle. Yep. Number 8055. Argyle engaging right off the start, of the Mill Street start line, but then knocked to the infield and recycled. Lady Macduff knocked to the outside and recycled.
It's all good. Gonna give. Oh, sorry. Argyle makes it by. It's all good. Lady Macduff is heading to the penalty box for. I didn't even see that. A cut? Okay. You're so good. Thank you.
Spin around move there by Argyle, staying in bounds at the Grand Slam for the Divas. Cutting into the lead. Lady Macduff now seated in the jammer spot of the penalty box, but with star in hand, so no doubt intending to sneak back into play when the time comes. Something we don't see too often from some of the skaters at the freshie level. But it's a wise move, especially if you can catch somebody a little bit unawares. Does appear they've caught on, though. They're all tightly bracing. Starscream picking up a multiplayer block because that brace was a little too tight. And looking to see for any final points to come in. No points come in for Party. And here come the Divas points. So now they are only down by 3. 67 to 64. 2.5 minutes left.
Divas jammer, Boba Fatal, gets by the Party defense really easily. Intoxicate has made it through on her initial pass. I've lost track though. There we go.
Yeah, Boba Fatal already with 4 points. We have ourselves a lead change, folks. Divas out in front by a single point right now, 68-67.
Coach Dawson is calling a timeout.
Good time to call one. Just under 2 minutes left in the game. Hey, we just saw a results get flashed at us from the bubble.
We did, but
that would have been for the Hammer City Rock City game. I believe it happened so quickly. It sure looked to me like Hammer City may have won that game.
They did.
They
yes,
did.
It was 100. I think 107. Hang on, I'll check Twitter. Maybe somebody's put it on Twitter.
Hey.
102.37. Thank you, Twitter.
Hey, wow.
And thank you, F. Aaron.
Yeah, Twitter's on top of it, and that was our friend from Jammerline Magazine who was sharing the information in the back of his camera. So thank you, Jammerline, for also keeping us as informed as we can be. So that means Hammer City will be playing next at 6:20 here on the Ted Reeve track against the Smash Squad from Montreal Roller Derby. All right, this will be a 4-3 pack advantage for Party. Starscream standing in the box for the Divas.
I can't see either jam. Oh, it's all good for Party and
Mina Von Teese with the star for the Divas. Mina Von Teese picks up lead jammer. It's all good though, not too far behind, gets around Helvetica. See what's going to happen here. So now the Divas are setting up at the front, which means they're going to be leaving a bit of work for Mina Von Teese to have to do on her own.
Tequila Ivy and Lady Macbeth wrapping around Von Teese.
Mina Von Teese calls that in a panic, but at the same time that was happening, Saul Good picking up another track cutting penalty, coming a little too close on the inside of the turn between turns 1 and 2. Saul Good, though, still picked up some points, it appears. Officials calling a timeout. At the moment, the scoreboard showing 71 for the Divas and 70 for Party, which would mean that previous jam was a 3-3 draw. But Party is filling up the box. Looks like we've had a foul out from Party.
Stevie Stitches once again.
Yep, so Rue was just subbed into the penalty box, but it's a full box for Party. So they're going to start this jam with the clock stopped at 55 seconds with a full box, which means there are jammers in the box. And that penalty being incurred at the end of the previous jam, it's possibly a full 30-second power jam for the Divas. And they have an empty box. Argyle lining up with the star. The pivot is number 1, XS. Sorry, number 1, the name is XS. And we've also got MC Slammer. Number 813 is H-Bomb. And I believe that's Hellgirl also with the gold helmet. So Divas are lining up to basically swarm these two Party blockers. Now they're each going to take one.
I can't see who that pivot is. Intoxicate, I think.
And
the other blocker is Skittles. Working well together. Intoxicate drawing back Argyle.
Tremendous
Skittles being
work.
goated. Sorry. This is incredible from a fresh team. All 3 Party players are now standing. They have managed to stave off points during that lap with just 2 blockers.
It took almost the entire power jam for Argyle to pick up lead, but Argyle is now the lead jammer.
Saul Good just made her initial pass, and Argyle has called it before she could approach the pack. Nobody scored that jam.
And is anyone going? No, Party is not going to try to take that last review at their disposal. They were out of timeouts, but still had an OR showing on the scoreboard.
The last game here at the Ted Reeve Arena ended in a 1-point game as well.
Well, waiting to see if there's anything else to happen here, and no! Wow, a 1-point squeaker. We had a squeaker right before this in the game between the Derby Debutants and the Cannondalls. So back-to-back squeakers. We opened the day with some big blowouts on the scoreboard. Score differentials approaching 100 points. And here we have back-to-back tight, crazy games. Divas come away with the victory 71-70 over Party. That means the Divas are going to be back in action almost immediately, taking on Our Lady of Pain from Royal City as the teams from the bubble that are still standing start to make their way into the arena proper. Divas making their victory lap right now, and a couple of skaters taking a knee in front of the fans. But big smiles from both teams here for an exciting game with a thrilling finish. So we are a few minutes behind schedule, which means that 5:40 game will start shortly. Let's call that maybe 5 minutes from now, possibly longer. Again, the Divas just played, of course, and now they're going to have to stay out there. So they're going to need a bit of a break. Our Lady of Pain's going to need a warm-up. I believe I will be back on that game. They tell us where to be and what to do. I'm going to sign off for now, though. I've been Mr. Whistler.
And I'm Breaker Thigh. Nina Vontees calling the jam after having picked up 4 points for the Divas. Our Lady of Pain does not score that lap.
Very brave move there by the Divas, but they know they can trust certain jammers such as Mina Vontees, letting Nina run her own offense there as they did, and thus saving their own points. Argyle with the star.
Nice knockout from Awesome Sauce, number 100, the pivot of Our Ladies of Pain. She may have drawn a cutting penalty. I'm not sure if the OPR saw it or not.
Looks like they're letting her go. Both jammers got signaled for lead, so there was some confusion there. Argyle, though, successfully calls and stops the jam. And yes, an official review being requested from Our Ladies of Pain.
I would imagine this is about the double lead and who was actually lead. If the jammer ref was signaling or was still pointing at the Divas jammer and she called it off, then it would be no penalty. But if the jammer ref was not pointing at the Divas jammer, then it has to be issued as a penalty.
And they might even go back a little bit further because there was a speculation about whether or not she cut the track, because that is when she was given the lead status. She straddled, she yielded, and then she recycled herself.
True.
But so there was no call happening at the time. So they could very well be challenging that in the first place, get her in the box.
And either one would be a good challenge in my books. She was straddling and was only inbounds on 1 foot after cutting. But because she was on 1 foot and skated inbounds on 1 foot for a good portion of the track, it is not one of those non-cut calls. It should have been picked up by the OPR. So if they actually went after that one, they would need one or two of the OPRs to actually have seen it that way in order to win that call.
Exactly. You can only call what you see.
It's very true. And anybody at home, again, if you were involved in roller derby and or go to roller derby, if you see an NSO, a referee, a volunteer of any kind for this sport, all they really ask for is a big thank you. And if you give them one, I guarantee they will come back and help you out again.
So pending the results of this review, we currently have a palindrome on the scoreboard. Divas in front 21-12.
Thank you, Mr. Rissler. That is one thing I'm not good at as an announcer, is finding palindromes. Numbers aren't really my forte. That's a pretty easy palindrome to pick up, but I know people see them in almost everything they look at, so I'm not quite that good at it quite yet.
It'll come. It'll come.
I'm sure it will, because it is part of the drinking game at home. So if you're at home and you are drinking, this is a palindrome drink test, and what you should be drinking is a Mill Street Brewery drink, as it is one of the sponsors for the Too Fresh, Too Furious tournament 2016. They have many, many drinks. My favorite is Cobblestone. Unfortunately, they don't have Cobblestone here for me today, but I've been finding love in the 100th Meridian.
Mm-hmm. So the winner of this game, having a look here at the bracket to see where they're going to wind up. Basically, at this point, we're currently starting the final 8. So the winners of the 4 games that are happening from here on the next little bit, the winner of this will move into the final 4. And that game would be at 7 o'clock, and they would play the winner between the Smash Squad and Hammer City. That game immediately following this one.
Both really strong teams. Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see Hammer City in the bubble, and they do look like one of the stronger teams at this tournament. They also have a few skaters from Tri-City as a loaner on their fresh meat team.
Yeah, we have a lot of teams that are almost like pickup teams in a way, like comprising members of various leagues. So we did not get a report on that review, but I can tell you that they did not retain the review, and no changes to jammers in or out of the penalty box were incurred as a result of that stoppage. Professor Vex is now the lead jammer for the Divas, but coming really hot right behind them is Bronson, number 709. Vex comes up the inside, hits the deck on the infield and calls it. Manages to get all 4 points. Bronson, though, does steal a single.
Yeah, and Bronson is a really good jammer for Our Ladies of Pain. They did nice work there getting past the 4 blockers of the Divas, despite only having 1 blocker on the track for the majority of that jam.
So with a nearly full box for Our Ladies of Pain, they've got 1 seated and 2 standing. They're going to start this one with a single solitary blocker on the track, which means lots of room for Mina Von Teese to pick up lead jammer, and 4 Divas in the blocking core, causing all sorts of headaches for that jammer, who's number 52, Swedish Meatball, but does break through about half a lap behind. So we had 4 points that came in on that jam for the Divas. No points for Our Ladies of Pain. Divas now out in front 29-13 with 13 minutes plus on the game clock.
Yeah, that's right. I think Our Ladies of Pain have been sending a lot of blockers to the box in the last few jams, and the point differential is showing that on the scoreboard.
Well,
so
it's hard to get some consistency in either your defense or your offense when significant portions of it are off the track for sure.
That's 100% correct. It looks like the Grim Sleeper is back on the track for Our Ladies of Pain, coming out second behind Argyle for the Divas. Argyle, again, has been jamming quite often for the Divas so far in this game, and I'm sure has been for this tournament.
Argyle, one of a couple of skaters on the Divas who actually has some limited home team experience, having been called up by the Smoke City Betties for a home team game earlier this year at Toronto Roller Derby action, but also has a game under her belt. Not that we're wearing belts, this isn't 2008. But she has a game under that invisible belt with the Divas against Hammer City's Fresh Meat, which occurred back, I believe, in March of this year.
It is in 2008, but they still do wear belts in Detroit.
Well, it is Detroit, after all.
It is Detroit, that is correct.
I love Detroit. Professor Vex with the star for the Divas, tiptoeing up the inside line, stays in bounds, picks up lead.
Very nice work by Professor Vex, keeping that line, making sure that they get that.
And a track cutting penalty issued to Bronson, the jammer for Royal City.
Yeah.
Professor Vex now on a power jam.
All of the blockers on the track had fallen, so maybe she had cut some of her own players. It was quite hard to see from the angle of the announcer's box.
Direction of gameplay penalty being called against Freddie Bruiser of Our Ladies of Pain.
It's possible someone was called on a back block. It looked like the HR did call the jammer on a back blocking penalty. Professor Vex is called on a back blocking. He may end up giving a second penalty for insubordination. I'm not sure if he's going to go ahead with that or not.
Now, I don't see the signal for the insub. I think it's just the single. I think it may have just been a slow communication there, getting that penalty issued, because the jammer ref did not seem to be aware of it.
This gives Bronson a huge opportunity to score some points for the Our Ladies of Pain. Already getting 5 points out of the box and is already on her second scoring pass.
Professor Vex now standing. Professor Vex was the lead jammer before picking up that penalty. Of course, did not retain that status, having incurred that penalty. So this one's going the full 2. Still have 10 seconds left on the jam clock. Some brute force happening here at turn 1. Just look at the expressions on these skaters' faces. Bronson getting totaled by a Boba Fatale. Track cut being issued to Professor Vex at the tail end of that jam. This will be a power start for Our Ladies of Pain.
That's true. The jammer refs should have had points in their pocket for Professor Vex as well. I'm just waiting to see if that's going to get updated on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the officials have called an official timeout and are congregating at the scorekeeper's table, so we may see some changes there. Clock is stopped at about 9.5 minutes left.
Yeah, and that last jam was back and forth with jammers and points. The Divas went up 10 points, and their jammer went to the penalty box. And then the Our Ladies of Pain jammer, Bronson, came out and scored 12, and now the Professor Vex is, unfortunately for the Divas, back in the penalty box for cutting the track. And they have updated the score a little bit. Looks like they're giving Our Ladies of Pain 13, so they added 1 point for them, and they subtracted 1 from the Divas. there may have been a no point, no pass somewhere, or it's possible that the jammer or the Professor Vex was on the same pass as the Our Ladies of Pain jammer during one of the point scoring passes. A lot of times it is quite difficult for jammer referees to pick up or to remember what pass a jammer's on, especially when jammers start cycling in and out of the box. It can get quite confusing because there is a lot happening on the track and what you're trying to keep track of in your mind.
And as we've been sitting here waiting for this official timeout to be completed, they have returned one of those points to the Divas side of the board. So currently showing 43-26. That's a 17-point advantage. We've also added some time back on the period clock. So at one point it was showing 9:33 left. Now we've got 10:27 left in the game.
And that's a good stoppage for referees to take, especially when points are involved and time on the clock. Both of those things are extremely important for roller derby. Points being the only way to win the game, and the time being everything you need to get those points. So,
well, it is the most important rule of the WFTD rule set, which is the team with the most points at the end wins.
It is. I cannot remember what that rule 2.2.2, I believe, or they may have moved it somewhere else. I do know years ago that's what it was. So please,
I'm sure somebody with a pointy head on Twitter using the hashtag FNF2016 can let us know.
Looks like we're back underway here. Swedish Meat Brawl is on the track for Our Ladies of Pain.
And they adjusted the scoreboard one final time for good measure, so it is 42-26, a 16-point lead for the Divas.
Swedish Meat Brawl did her fresh meet originally with Tri-City and then moved over to Royal City RollerGirls just 6 or 8 months before this tournament had happened. She's a very, very calm and measured jammer, has a decent amount of agility, and is strong enough to hold her own.
Destruction penalty being issued to H-Bomb. If anyone's going to get a destruction, somebody with bomb in the name would seem to be a good target for that. Swedish Meat Brawl quarterbacking her pack, telling them where to be and what to do. Professor Vex trying to sneak by on the inside line, unable to score points.
I think they tried a star stash coming out of the box. It was a good move because if they weren't able to get out, then they could at least pass it to the pivot at that point and mitigate the points being scored for the Our Ladies of Pain.
That being said, though, I don't think the stash itself fooled anyone. I think they all knew who was coming out.
It is, and that, there's a lot of things happening in these fresh games that is a testament to the coaching that happens in the year that the coaches have these players. The jammers know the game quite well. They know where they need to be. They know their awareness. The blockers know how to bridge. They know how to do offense. All of the things. A nice hit to the jammer from the Cavalry, number 8 of Our Ladies of Pain.
The Grim Sleeper picks up lead, and immediately on getting lead is passed by Nina Von Teese, so Sleeper is going to call that one. The single point comes in for the Divas.
I'm not sure where that was picked up. There might have been a secret point somewhere stashed or dropped 50 feet behind the pack somehow. I have seen it happen often.
So what we're seeing right now is a 10-point difference, 43-33 in favor of the Divas.
And it's one of those weird secret points because there was a Divas player in the box, so...
Bronson picking up lead for Our Ladies of Pain. Argyle wearing the star for the Divas. Has some track to make up at this moment in time.
I think Our Ladies of Pain just need to run this jam here. Very late call off from the jammer ref. Very, very late call off from the jammer ref. Yeah, and the HR does give an insubordination for the late hit there.
Actually, it looks like a misconduct being issued for the late hit.
Right, because the late hit is now in the misconduct area of things. Again, I don't think she meant to do it, but unfortunately, if 4 whistles have gone and you have impact on what is happening in front of you. When you hit someone, they have to call it a misconduct.
So one lone blocker on the track for the Divas. That's a combination of having two of them in the box and the potential fourth blocker not getting on the track in time to start the jam.
It's true, and Swedish Meat Brawl on the track and the power jam is crucial for Our Ladies of Pain. She's very calm. She doesn't take very many penalties, so it is a safe bet that Our Ladies of Pain will pick up a decent amount of points here.
Direction of gameplay penalty being issued to Pikachu, number 24-42.
Another nice knockout from number 8, Calvary, on the outside for Our Ladies of Pain, stopping the Divas Jammer from getting out.
We've had a lead change during this jam, too. Huge points coming in for Swedish Meat Brawl. Collides with excess, calls from the knees. No points for the Divas.
And she does get 5 points on that pass, I believe.
And it's still being added up on the scoreboard, but that result, that was a 20-0 jam for Our Ladies of Pain. And just like that, they are out in front by 11, 57-46.
Huge jam. Another secret point on that jam, but unfortunately it went the other way. So now the secret points are tied up. So 20-0, huge jam for Our Ladies of Pain, taking the lead, 57-46, 6 minutes left. This is a great game. If you're at home watching this, please take more beers for me and for Mr. Whistler. I wasn't fortunate enough to have enough time to grab one before this game, before this game. But afterwards, that's where I'm headed to get myself a nice Mill Street Brew Pub.
Yeah, they are on site here at Ted Reeve Arena. So thank you, Mill Street. So this is a team timeout called by the Divas as they're getting some direction from Swearwolf on the bench, and they're looking to stem the bleeding here. Because they had some nice momentum going into the last couple of jams, and then the wheels came off on that 20-0 disaster. But there's still plenty of time to make that up. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left on the game clock. So Divas have exhausted their 2 available timeouts, but they do still have an official review at their disposal. Our Ladies of Pain, and no reviews, but they have both timeouts. Mina Von Teese taken down hard off the Mill Street start line. The jammer is Mina Von Teese, now coming back around turn 1. Bouncing once again off of number 100, Awesome Sauce. Knocked to the outside.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I think an OPR called off the jam for the jammer ref. The jammer was touching her hips with one hand on a hip, which shouldn't happen. But this tournament is for new referees and new skaters and new announcers like myself. So when mistakes happen, we all learn from them and we carry on.
Yeah, Awesome Sauce picked up a low blocking penalty for that collision with Mina Von Teese at the end of the jam. So now a 7-point lead for Our Ladies of Pain. Argyle with the jammer star for the Divas, almost through on the inside, but then knocked to the infield, sneaking around the outside. Bronson, 7-9, lead jammer for Royal City.
That was a nice defensive block from Ruby Bruisday, number 72 pivot of Our Ladies of Pain, keeping the Divas jammer in the pack so they can get lead.
So the 4 points that were picked up by the Divas on the previous jam, now negated by a 4-point gain by Our Ladies of Pain.
It's true that both these teams look like they should play each other all year long because they're very, very entertaining and very, very close matched. Jams are going back and forth almost every other time.
4-3 pack advantage for the Divas. Divas are taking the rear. They've got the triangle with the buddy. And we've got a chevron at the front of Our Ladies of Pain blockers who take Kilohertz over the line. She's recycled to the back. That gives Swedish Meat Brawl the opportunity to pick up lead. Kilohertz has completed the initial.
Oh no, I believe that's unfortunate for Kilohertz. I think Another misconduct penalty for the Divas jammer kilohertz, 1-0-0-0.
Yeah, that's two misconducts issued to jammers at the end of jams now for the Divas in this game.
It is, and I know this sport is quick, especially for jammers coming around hot. But if you are a jammer and you know the other jammer is probably going to be calling off, you really need to watch your impact on the players in front of you. If you do hit them after the whistle and you knock them down, you are going to be going into the penalty box.
So pack starts to fall apart. And that's going to allow Bronson to come around the outside of the back, on the inside line, I should say, and picking up lead. Kilohertz standing in the penalty box. Already have a 5-point pass for our Ladies of Pain. That'll take him to 69.
Nice juke from Bronson, keeping the brace 2 wall of the Divas in place.
XS and H-bomb pinballing off of Bronson, but Bronson takes the lick and keeps on ticking. There we go. Seeing a lot of officials showing track cutting hand signals, and it's finally getting awarded to number 709, Bronson. So this is now a power jam for Kilohertz and the Divas. This jam will go the full 2 minutes.
It is. This should put a bunch of points on the boards for the Divas and close that gap. Fortunately for Our Ladies of Pain, however, Bronson went to the box on scoring pass, so she will be coming out scoring as well.
Direction gameplay penalty being issued to number 31 on Our Ladies of Pain. That's Destroyer for that contact with Kilohertz. Kilohertz now has picked up 10 points on this jam.
And so far this jam has been a wash. Kilohertz finally getting another 5, gaining the positive points in this jam. Bronson coming around out of the box. Should have scored, I believe he's showing 5. That's correct. It'll be 15-15 jam.
Kilohertz, end of the jam. So with a minute left on the clock and already an advantage for Our Ladies of Pain on that jam, the net result is a gain of 4. 83-65 is the score after that 19-15 jam. No more timeouts left for the Divas. They have a penalty kill, a power kill here to contend with.
And they just updated the score for the Divas as well. I'm not going to mention the score until I think the referees just need to make sure this is correct. So whatever you see on your TVs at home or your monitors for your computer.
That's the most up-to-date information we have.
It is the most up-to-date information we have, but I think it's going to be corrected shortly.
In fact, they've reduced some of the points now on the Our Ladies of Pain side. So if that is accurate, this is now a 9-point game, 78-69, in favor of the team in blue.
It's a very strong wall from the Divas in this jam. It's exactly what the Divas need to have happen.
Leaving a lot of space open, though, on the inside line. Starscream had to adjust, and that'll open up just enough room for Swedish Meatball to pick up lead. Kilohertz standing in the box. Our Ladies of Pain in control. They can skate this clean, run out the remaining 15 seconds on the period clock. They can walk away with the W.
They could. Very nice sweeping offense from Our Ladies of Pain, setting up that classic 3 inside, 1 outside offensive sweep.
And Swedish Meatball getting the word to call it as time runs out.
That's right. Swedish Meatball, very aware of what she needs to do in the track. Does a nice job in that last jam for Our Ladies of Pain, scoring 7 points. Unofficial final so far is 85-69. I think the referees are going to go over to the NSOs just to make sure that that score is correct.
Yeah, and while there might be, the odd point here or there that needs to be reclaimed, it certainly would not be enough to change the end result. And it is official. Your victors here, Our Lady of Pain, with 85 points. The Divas finish at 69. So the Divas are done for the day. Our Lady of Pain will be back in action at 7 o'clock against an opponent to be determined. Team in blue taking their victory lap.
It is. I unfortunately don't get to coach these girls, the skaters on Our Ladies of Pain too often. But when I am there, I do know they work very hard. So I'm glad to see the results of their hard work at practice come true at Too Fresh, Too Furious. And there's a large contingency of Royal City RollerGirls skaters here in attendance cheering on their team, as they always are at all tournaments and or games that they go to.
Yeah, it's good to see the league support. There's actually some Toronto Roller Derby members here as well, both in the vendor village and also just sitting trackside. So also good to see a bit of some people showing up for that team too.
Do you have the next games?
The next game here on this track at Ted Reeve, we'll build a time machine and go back 7 minutes to start it on time. And that'll be the Smash Squad from Montreal Roller Derby taking on Hammer City. So since we are a little behind schedule, that game ought to start in at least 5 minutes from now.
I do think that game is going to be really, really exciting. Again, Hammer City over in the bubble looked very, very strong, and I know the Smash Squad from Montreal always brings a tough team to this tournament every year.
And they already have, from what I saw them earlier this morning, so you're not going to want to miss that one.
That's
so
right.
I've been Mr. Whistler.
I am Professor Rex.
And I'm just being
I know, I was saying that with the other one, with that baby Jesus. Oh, baby Jesus.
Oh, I know my, yeah, sorry.
Oh, random. I didn't know who was sitting there when I sat down.
Definitely me. Apologize.
already like live and everything? They're probably not. Probably. I can't hear anything. Yeah. Like I heard you lift it up. The schedule is posted for the next over there.
Oh crap, I was reading that.
Good afternoon, everybody, following the Fresh and Furious tournament. Up next, we are going to have the Hammer City Fresh Meat against the Smash Squad. Each team doing a really good job of staying in this tournament. We're seeing a lot of really strong walls and strong reef forming, and this is going to be a very exciting game. Skating for the Smash Squad, we are going to have 00, Crank and Twig, 1101, Sweet and Innocent, 22, Eat Hell Juice, 233, Fibro Nasty, 235, Ooh Charlie, 43, Jesus Rice, 488, Raven Wrath, 626, Drop Stitches, 63, Dirty Plot, 689, Regretta Garbanzo, 707, Presto, 88, May Marion, 9, Radical Ed, 972, T-Punch, and on the bench coach we got I'm a Pyro and Artsy Choke. That's going to be in your Smash Squad for part of Montreal Roller Derby. Hammer City Harlots have a strong line set up as well. We're seeing all kinds of really good wall formation from this team. This team features 12, Skankabell, 1900, Contagen, 1970, Sweet Caroline, 1995, Hannah, 20, Jules Byrne, 221, Jenny Lillycrop, 251, Racy Stacy, 321, Stephosaurus Rex, 33, Up and Atom, 350, Weevil Dead, 604, Pandemonium, 66, Sith Faced, 72 is Roxy Cotton, 847, Bitches and Cream Her, 9, Lethal Injection, 95, Slaminella, and on the bench coast we have Wild Rice and Peppermental.
You mean it's Bitches and Creamer? Because I've been calling her Beaches and Creamer.
And having the opportunity to see each of these games teams play earlier, you're seeing with the Smash Squad a lot of really low and just sturdy skating and then the Hammer City Fresh Meat. They are doing a really good job of just strong wall formation. They did a really good job of that against their game with Roller Derby Cute. Hardy Cute.
Isn't that like some kind of cream? I think so, yeah. I think it's a product. I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, but like peaches and cream. Just a heads up, even when the game's not on, the mics are still live for the time.
Yeah,
so.
we've been talking about that. Do you have the heads up on this one?
Do I what?
We're just discussing peaches and cream.
I would say so. Peaches and creamer. I would say so. I like Crouching Tiger Bomb.
I like Jesus rice.
Jesus rice.
Big great Charlie.
Charlie. I love that.
I'm gonna tell them more.
You guys are more than welcome to go over and just ask them as well. You can ask for pronunciation. So. Because I think the one on the bottom of the other one is T-Perch. T-Perch, because there was a skater that was calling Tycoon, but it was actually T-Perch. It was from Quebec. So it looked like Tycoon, but it was T-Perch because it was...
Yeah. Earlier too, that's what they were all saying. I think we're going on now.
For the last game of the week. Switcher, she's basically switching between 5 and 6 cameras. So she calls the operators 5 and 6. We've got 3. That one camera up there is so good. You get a beautiful down there. And the camera on the star line. The third camera doesn't really have a lot.
Skaters are lining up on the track right now, and we're about to get things started with Smash Squad against Hammer City.
Okay, and it's Sass here. Back in for Hammer City and Smash Squad.
Drop Stitches is trying to break through the past Hammer City Roller Girls. No one's... a lot
they're
of fast
fighting in
wall
the back.
reforming. Sorry, it's hard to find out who's going to become the lead jammer right now. Almost a whole lap has been passed.
Almost
no
all
one
the
is...
way around, but Smash Squad's in the front. Lead jammer goes to Smash Squad, 626. Drop Stitches. Oh, Hammer City's right on her tail.
Right on her tail,
call
yes.
it. And she calls it. Will she get a point there? No.
No points.
Nothing on the board yet. I've been looking forward to this game. I'm excited for it.
Which part are you most excited for? Just both really good teams, right?
I think it's going to be a close game.
I'm in love with Montreal Roller Derby. Everything you see from them is just really strong playing, and just you're seeing the strong form and just low, really good playing, and it's been really good roller derby all around. But Hammer City has been a really good job of just strong walls and keep reforming. We have the Hammer City Roller
Hammer
Girls
City.
right out here right now,
Yep,
so that is number
jammer.
66. Sif Beast. Coming around.
What's going on with Smash Squad's got a panty pass going on, star pass. It's stashed somewhere in that pack.
I think the
power jam for Smash Squad.
Smash Squad, and it looked like it was just a panty snash to try and get them
panty
to
stash.
go after the pivot.
Oh, come on, we gotta make use
But
of
the
this
Hammer
power
City
jam.
Roller Girls did a really good job of reforming that wall,
See,
and
this-
she's not getting anywhere.
This is what I was talking about when I said this game's gonna be exciting.
But through on her initial pass, though, she'll get the star back on her head and go through to try and score some points. And it looks like her team is ready to set up some strong offense. But she's able to get by without it. Nope, on the outside, 5 points.
We got a blocker for Hammer City going to the box. Pivot. And the jammer's back on. So power jam's over. Ooh. I heard a loud crunch in there.
Smash Squad doing a really good job of reforming the wall again and then bringing the
Hammer
Hammer
City
City
just got
all
drawn
the way
way
back.
back.
But Smash Squad's jammer able to get through and score 4 more points, sorry.
That's Kraken Twig.
Oh.
She's making a crack at some more points here. Another Hammer City blocker going to the box, 95. That's Lemonella. That's Hammer City.
Six
Jammer's
sacks, yes,
really
trying to
fighting,
get
and,
through, and she
oh,
sees a hole on the
Smash
inside.
Squad just jumps through that apex.
Oh, and she tried to get past that blocker, but now she's just able to reform right back in front of her, and she's staying
Looks
down,
like
unable to
Kraken
score
Twig.
any points. And this 2-minute jam has come to an end.
Yeah, I thought maybe Kraken Twig was going to come in for another pass. She didn't quite make it. She was having a good jam there. Almost looks like Smash Squad is finding the pivot line. Remember pivot lines?
No.
They'll probably roll back. There we go. They know better. They do have the front wall.
Oh, and Smash Squad finding this
quick
inside
out on
line,
the
and
inside,
Jesus
yeah.
Rice is your lead jammer, but Hammer City number 12 is right out behind as well.
Skinkabell. And it looks like
a strong hit against Jesus Rice. Is that going to be a penalty?
She's calling it.
And she gets her 4 points and
Yeah,
calls
she
it
went in
off.
and called it off. She did it right there. She took a big hit though. Wow. And looks like Smash Squad is hanging out. They like the front wall. Hammer City saying, no way.
Yeah, they want to control what's happening in this pack.
Just because you get the front wall doesn't mean we can't have the front wall. I like this. And the Jammers are getting a run at this pack.
That's a jammer's best friend right there is speed. And exactly, Smash Squad getting a really good speed running up for it, tacking on that Hammer City wall. And is she able to stay? She's able to stay in front of that wall and be awarded lead jammer. That's drop stitches. And Hammer City Roller Girls wall trying to get out. She's able to stay in bounds after a really close hit against.
Good
and
job on that
847 is now
jammer.
on her scoring pass.
Oh, she's getting blocked hard by Hammer City.
Yes, Hammer City is really good at just keeping that strong, strong wall.
Okay, looks like we've got a full pack out there. Finally. Nobody's in the box, right?
Everyone's out in the track. Everyone's able to score some points.
Oh.
And we said it
It's
too
a
soon. Drop
power
stitches
jam.
is going
Nope,
to...
Somebody's down. Oh, we're just going to take a little time out because somebody is down. She's still going to go to the box. So Hammer City will be starting on a power jam.
And a special thanks to St. John Ambulance for being right here, ready to see if everyone's okay and assess the situation. But it looks like the Smash Squad skater is able to get back up again.
That's always a good sign.
Yes, thank you, St. John Ambulance.
That was Beat Hell Juice. She just had a bad fall, I guess. Can't quite tell. Maybe hit her head. We got Sweet and Innocent out there for Smash Squad. Mame Marion blocking.
So Hammer City is going to start off with a power jam this time.
You can say it better than that. It's a power jam. Come on.
The powerful power jam for Hammer City. Smash Squad, though, they're ready for it. They look like they're about to start a really strong wall formation.
They look a little too casual out there. They're like, whatever. They're up by what? 10 points there? They don't look
Smash
worried.
Squad is up by 10, yes.
So this will be a good power jam. This is one that Hammer City wants.
Yes, Hammer City can use
They
this
wanna run with
definitely
this.
to get the point advantage back in their favor.
Yeah. So I guess Smash Squad is going to keep the front for this one. Getting a little coaching up there on the track. What to do, what to do.
Well, if you have the timeout happening right now, use every bit of time that you can, because it's only a couple minutes into this game right now, so just you're figuring out what's happening.
These
and
are
it's
new
only
skaters. They gotta
yes,
discuss
absolutely.
the strategy and the
It's a whole new team. They haven't played this team before, so
what do we do on a power jam? Really? All right, looks like they got a plan. I hope it works. It'll be interesting to see where this Hammer City jammer goes, because she'll want to get out of there real fast. I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say she might try and run up the outside.
I don't know. It looks like her squad is lining up on the inside
to clear them out. All right, you're gonna gamble on the inside. I'm gonna gamble on the outside.
It's the thing with roller
Gonna
derby.
run
You
for
just
it.
never know what's going to happen. Except for fun. You always know fun is going to happen.
Fun always happens.
And again, we're really thankful to have all these vendors that are here today. We have 1234 Skate Company came and set up their shop, so you can get anything derby related. They are set out of Peterborough, Ontario. So it was really nice just for skaters to come here. If they need a new pair of wheels, Lucid Lou has it all for you.
That's like a jingle. Lucid Lou has it all for you.
I wasn't even trying for that, but it just came out.
We got some kind of chant going on here. A little cheer on Hammer City's side. Okay, the crowd's getting restless. Is this timeout over yet? I guess this would have been a good beer break.
That Miller Street Jammer line.
Mill Street Brewery.
I've got to
sponsor.
try a few of the different options they have, and each one is excellent.
Mm-hmm. I'm having a tank house here now. I'm just waiting for the lead changes to come up. I want to drink something. There we go. It's a power jam. You call this one.
And they're off.
Oh, they're moving pretty fast. Oh, she kind of went down the middle.
And we have number 66, sixth face is the lead jammer. She was able to get lead jammer right away and even get a penalty called against number 88 for the Smash Squad.
She faked us out. She went in the middle. She didn't take the outside or the in. All right, here we go.
And
points. And there we
and
go.
her offense made a really good sweep, so she was able to get right by. That is 5 points. But we have the Smash Squad jammer now back on the track. She's looking to make an initial pass so she can get a turn to score points. And the Hammer City jammer doing a good job of trying to get the inside. But, it looks like she picked up a track cut penalty in the process.
Oh,
so
no.
now Drop Stitches is going to be the only jammer out there. This is her power jam now.
It's a super jam.
We on super jam. Oh, and then she's trying really hard for the outside, and the Hammer City girl
she's
trying to
holding on.
knock her out.
This jammer's really
It's a nice
holding
bit
on.
of offense from the Smash Squad right now, but Drop Stitches is able to skate a little bit faster to get past
You know what? It's been a pretty fast pack for a power jam. Now they're stopped, but pretty fast.
So we see Drop Stitches going to the outside, going for it, and her wall of defense is going right out.
She almost made it through there on the inside.
know that Hammer City just has a really good time of reforming their wall.
Yeah, that's good to see in new skaters. To see them
Absolutely,
regroup
yes.
that fast.
And
Oh,
her
both
Hammer,
jammers are on. Oh, and Hammer City just went up.
and she's
the
able to
apex.
score 4 points. That's a good way to finish a penalty. And this jam is going to be going for the full 2 minutes because of the penalties here, so it's going to be a lot of hard work.
Drop Stitch is getting tired. Here she comes. Oh.
But 2 minutes.
Is
It
that a
comes
point
and then
there?
it's done.
I don't know. We gotta look at the scoreboard here.
It's 41 to
Hard to
Smash
tell.
Squad and 26 for the Hammer City Roller Girls.
Oh, is that a lead change? 41 to, is that 28? 41 to 28.
It's really low form from the Smash Squad right now.
Good blocking at the front.
Yes.
Wow. Oh.
Able to keep-
Skankabella had to go back there, but she's still fighting. She still wants lead. She wants it. She can taste it.
Oh,
and
a
she
really
gets it.
strong hit. She
Good
gets
job,
the jammer.
Annabelle. Oh, Skankabella, sorry. That's someone else. She's not playing. All right, Smash Squad's out. That's Kraken Twig.
Yes, Kraken Twig is now out in her initial pass, and she's
And
hoping to score
Skankabella
some
calls
points.
it.
But
Woo!
Skankabella calls it, yes.
She got the points. Oh, this is the kind of game I anticipated. 41-32. Keeping it close.
I've seen a lot of
Anybody
close
could
games these
win.
past couple ones. The past, earlier we were seeing a lot of just like 1 point difference games. And that's got to be a hard one to...
So we're one blocker down for the Smash Squad. They still like to hold that front line. Oh.
Jesus
Three
Rice trying to
blockers.
use her shortness to sneak through those Hammer City blockers, but she
Hammer
gets
City's
knocked
got
out,
a lead.
and she's able to come out and finish her initial pass, but now she's going to go up and try to score some points.
Hammer City's scoring points right now. Oh, and she's
No, she
out
gets
on the
knocked out and
outside.
calls it off in the process. Oh,
That's a Beaches and Creamer. Calling it off.
Smash
someone
Squad
would say
going to take
bitches
this
and cream.
opportunity to have a timeout.
Sorry, I just wanted to make you laugh. It's time to discuss names. Timeout. Yeah, that's a good looking score. 41 to 35. Smash Squad.
The game's already half done. It's
There's-
20 minutes. It just goes really fast.
There's
But-
this kind of mental thing going on with Hammer City, I think, and Montreal.
What do you mean?
I don't know. There's kind of like a love-hate relationship. I think they love playing each other, and they just. This is an important game.
In a tournament, all the games are important.
There's a rivalry, a Montreal-Hamilton rivalry, and, a past.
Okay.
Although these are all new skaters, so they don't have any past. It's all future.
It's all fresh
It's
meat.
all
just
looking ahead.
Whatever's happening right here, right now. Oh, and coming out right on the outside, we have number 12 for the Hammer City Roller Girls, Skanka Bell. She's your lead jammer, and Radical Ed is right behind her, though, looking to score some points as well.
Annabella trying to get through the back wall for a point.
We're
Jammers
seeing-
on.
Oh,
inside.
and you see her just stuck in between those two blockers, and she's just trying to call it off as much as she can, but she got her 2 points before the
get
Smash Squad
those
could get
points?
anything. Yeah, she got 2 points. She was stuck right in the middle. She passed their hips. She was stuck in their hips, but she was past them.
Smash Squad didn't get anything.
Yeah, Smash Squad got 2.
41 Oh, it's 41-37 on the board. looks like Hammer City's coming up for lead jammer. Good push on the wall.
Raven Watt doing a good job of blocking, and Jesus Rice is right behind her. Right behind her.
She just skated on that outside line and squeaked through.
Smash Squad has a strong cube formation again. Just goes, like, squeezes in and gets those 2 points. Yep.
No, I think it's 0.
Oh, the other team
didn't quite make it. No.
No, Hammer City got 2 points.
Yeah, Hammer City did. They called it just in time. The Smash Squad didn't get any points.
No, but Hammer City got in between the two of the cube formation.
Smash Squad got the points there.
Nope.
It's quiet. It's quiet in here. Everyone's tensely watching this game.
Hammer City going out on the outside and the inside, just juking really hard, but the Smash Squad is just everywhere that she is right now. And the Smash Squad is able to find a hole on the inside. That's Radical Edge. She's your lead jammer right now. And Hammer City just trying to get past that strong smash wall. And Radical Edge goes right up the middle and pushes her way through.
Oh, they're holding her. They're holding Radical.
Oh, and she's able to get through.
That was a good fight, though.
Yes, good 4
Hammer
points.
City's out
And
on
she
the
calls
inside.
it off.
Those blockers really took out Hammer City in the back there. Right on the inside line. Oh, a little switch up. Hammer City's taking the front wall. And Smash Squad says, no, we're taking the front wall. We always do.
Number 626 jamming for Smash Squad right now. She finds her hole that she needs on the outside and gets lead jammer.
For Smash Squad. Hammer City's getting a really hard fight here on the outside of the
And
track.
1101 Sweet and Innocent proving she's not so sweet and innocent as she is able to just single-handedly hold back.
Skankabell's on a scoring pass now. Oh, fighting that back wall. A little bit of a pile up there.
Oh, another strong hit delivered, and she's being recycled all the way back. Sweet and Innocent doing a good job of just being an excellent blocker.
That Skankabell's getting back up pretty fast. Those are some hard hits.
And Drop Stitches again able to find her hole that she needs on the outside and scores 5 points because the Hammer City RollerGirls still has not made her initial pass, and she takes a hard hit and falls down on the outside. Drop Stitches again coming, hoping to get another 5 points. She sees what she needs on the outside and pushes, and she's able to find the offense on the inside. And again, that's 5 points.
Hammer City's going to try and help their jammer here.
Sweet and Innocent going for the brace again and controlling, keeping that Hammer City jammer all the way
Come on,
back.
help your Skankabell. She's getting tired out there. Smash Squad is looking pretty happy right now.
Drop Stitch just pushes all the way through, sees the hole, and she fell down a little bit, but she still scores her 5 points in the process.
She's like, am I still going?
On the one hand, when you're so tired, but when you just keep scoring 5-point passes, you have to keep going. And again, there's another easy.
Drop Stitches was just looking at the bench and said, no, keep going, keep going. She's like, really? Keep going. More points. Why not? 72-42. They cleaned up on that one. Well, 72-46.
Hammer City calling a timeout right now. So they had a nice lead, but it was just that Drop Stitches. She was able to get a few just good scoring passes right there. So they're going to try to get the same thing happening on their side.
This is a really good time for a Smash Squad dance. Smash Squad dance? Yeah, we're getting that.
There's always a good time to dance.
It's timeout Smash Squad dance time. I hope everyone at home is dancing too. or bar or wherever you're watching. Picking up the free Wi-Fi.
And the jam ref calls the players back to the track, and we're about to get started again on the Miller Street jam line. Have you tried Miller Street beer yet? Again, it's fantastic.
It's a Mill Street jam line?
Both jammers trying to find their way through the pack right now.
And Hammer City's out, number 66, lead jam. That's Sith-based. Oh, is there a star pass going on here? Or
Star stash or something along those lines, but she got knocked out of play, so she's going to have to go all the way back anyways and put that panty back on the
for
paint.
Hammer City, too, because she's still there in the pack, trying to get out on her first pass. Another Grand Slam. It's looking good for Hammer City. They want to even the score here.
She does it again, gets through.
They're
Smash
really-
Squad still unable to get through that initial pass, and but they do a panty pass, so yes.
They're really holding that Smash Squad jam.
Yep, but that initial pass is now done, so they're able to score some points of their own. But nope, Hammer City calls it off before that can happen. Bringing the score up to 56 for Hammer City and 73 for Smash Squad.
Yeah, it's getting closer. Oh, it looks like Smash Squad is on the pivot line again. It's nice to see that jammers having a little conversation. See, I told you there was a little relationship going on between Hamilton and Montreal there.
When I came here with my team, everyone was so nervous, but you just explained to everyone it's fresh meat. Everyone is nervous, so you just go with that attitude that, hey, I'm a friend, you're a friend, and you're making friends the whole time. This is an excellent tournament for that because everyone is just really nervous, but being fresh meat is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so just live it up and make a lot of friends.
All right, here we go. Maybe not.
Nope, that was the timeout's over whistle, not the start playing whistle. Happens all the time. You just get so excited.
They faked me out. I thought we were rolling.
5 seconds. Now everyone's afraid to make the move. But Hammer City is going through and they attack the Smash Squad wall. And they're doing a really good job of reforming, always being with each other, keeping a really good job. Oh, but some fancy footwork. And number 847, she is your lead jammer.
Creamer.
Radical Ed looking to get through her initial pass.
Peaches and cream her. Points. Oh. They're trying to recycle her back. They're trying to eat the baby. She's saying,
Radical
no,
Ed taking
I'm
a
out,
strong
I'm
hit,
out.
but number 95 draws a track cut penalty. This is going to be a power jam for Hammer City right now. 5 points for every time she does a pass.
And Hammer City needs this power jam. This is really going to even the score. This is exciting. It's going to be a close one.
Beaches and Creamer pushing really hard, but that wall just keeps getting reformed in front of her.
I think they're trying to get they're trying to pull one of the blockers back, but it didn't work.
Yeah, no, once you realize that it just wasn't going anywhere, have to call it off, and that was a really smart play because it's going to keep the Smash Squad jammer in the penalty box. They're going to get to start this jam with a power jam.
That jammer's standing in the box. Of course, the jammer's standing.
Don't know if you can hear it, but things are getting really excited here at the Ted Reeve Arena. There's only a couple jams left here, and it's a very close score. And again, the Hammer City Roller Girls are able to get out for lead jammer. Number 66 is lead jammer. Maybe not. Was this just another...
Oh, I'm getting confused. I guess we're all new.
Oh, so much work to become lead jammer for a jam that wasn't even for real yet. That is a bummer. That was just a practice
this
round.
is a learning experience.
It's a bummer now they know their strategy. She'll have to go for the inside this time. Or maybe just go for the outside because I don't think she'll do it twice.
I don't know, I'm just nervous seeing that opposing jammer standing in the penalty box. That just, now I gotta do it all over again. Oh, come on. 69-73 for Smash Squad. I can't wait to see what happens.
This is such a great tournament. Just such close games at all. And it has nothing to do with... It's a fast 20-minute game, and anything can happen in 20 minutes. You only have your 4 penalties, and then you foul out.
Oh, the tension is killing me. I don't even know what to say. Oh, yeah, dance.
Yeah, the dancing. There we go. Dancing will release the
dance
tension.
myself, and then I feel better, too. Let's all dance. If you're at home, watch it on the Wi-Fi at the library, dance.
5 seconds, we're going to get this jam started back again, and here we
Can't
go.
wait. I'm sweating buckets here. Oh.
Oh, she was able to get lead jammer once, and she's able to do it twice. Sith-Faced is their Hammer City lead jammer right now, but the Smash Squad jammer has been released from her penalty, and she's looking to do her initial pass right now.
Inside, jump the apex. Hammer City.
Radical Ed trying to find the hole that she would like right now. And a lot of excitement happening at the Hammer City bench as they are able to tie the game up right now. And another apex jump for 5 more points.
And there was a pass, a star pass on the Smash Squad side. But she didn't make it. Pivot 707. Presto. She magically wanted to get points, but not quite. It was like a presto change-o. You didn't even see that helmet cover pass happen. It was like, presto, here you go.
Nope, that's an initial pass done, and I want to score points now.
And if you're going to pass the panty, you might as well pass it to somebody called Presto. It's appropriate. Wow, is there a lot of timeouts, or am I just imagining this?
This is like it's an official timeout.
Review?
Yes.
I see a lead change. Hammer City, 78. Smash Squad, 73. I'll drink to that. How about you?
Yep. Cheers, Link.
I like it when the Derbyverse drinks together.
Jesus Rice for the Smash Squad lining up, and she looks like she's ready to score all kinds of points right now.
I can't wait. Smash Squad wants that lead back. Oh, Hammer City's in the front. Oh, and they're doing their little chant thing, pop thing.
And Jesus Rice coming right out the outside.
Rice.
And there she goes. That was lead jammer for Smash Squad as she's coming around. And then their Sith-Faced is getting a hit, but she got through on an initial pass. So we're going to see
Jesus Rice, 60 outside. Oh, coming up.
She only has 3 blockers to get through for a scoring pass, and she's pushing as hard as she can with such fast feet. And
Jesus
she's
Rice
able to
is
go
skating
through,
around.
and that is 5 points.
Go, Jesus Rice. Oh, that was little fancy.
And some fancy footwork to keep in bounds. That is 5 points again for Jesus
that
Rice.
was great.
She is holding on. She wants her point.
Oh,
please.
somebody's down. That's not so great. Sorry.
No,
Sorry
no.
to see that. Oh, it was such an exciting jam, too. I was on the other side of the track, so I didn't quite catch what happened there.
Again, St. John Ambulance right on scene, making sure everything's going to be okay. Unfortunately, this is a really fast game, and we do everything we can to train everybody to play safe, but sometimes accidents happen, so we have St. John Ambulance to make sure everything is going to be
looks
okay.
Looks like it's a Hammer City Skater down. And it looks like she might be getting up. Definitely out for this game. Well, I wonder if they're still serving up the funnel cakes outside. What time do they close up out there?
9 o'clock, yes. Funnel cakes are going to be available outside.
Last call for funnel cakes. Keep finding info I want. I seem to have made a mess of the program here. Some things are better left unseen. Well, now's a good time to thank all the officials and the volunteers that helped to make this Saturday happen.
Yes, it takes a lot of referees to make sure that everything can be seen the way it's supposed to be seen. And the off-skate officials, absolutely. It takes a lot of off-skating officials to want to be here and to help make sure that everything is being done correctly.
Because it's a 12-hour day. Some people are here right from 11 to 11. And nobody's being paid. They're taking their time to be here and help track all the penalties, time things, keep everything in order. Without them, there'd be no game.
So thank you to our referees and NSOs.
All right, looks like we're going to be moving on. We have some kind of an injury, maybe to her jaw, but the skater is up, which is a good sign. Look at the score. Smash Squad, 82.
We're seeing a lot of just 1 point difference games here today.
Oh, this is really stressful. I don't have any nails left to bite.
It's exciting. It's so exciting.
I have no nails. And it's another lead change. I think we forgot to drink. I'm drinking again. Smash Squad Jammer.
And Jesus Rice again is our lead jammer.
Hammer City's on her tail right now.
That is 847. Beaches and Creamer. And Jesus Rice found it outside, and her team was able to keep that available for her. That is 4 points for Jesus Rice.
I think that was a blocker going to the box, and she just squeaked right by. And we got 2 blockers on Jesus Rice. Oh, she broke them apart.
And Beaches and Creamer, though, right on her tail.
Jesus Rice actually broke those 2 blockers apart just by faking them out. She separated them and skated through. That was really sweet. Score is 90-85.
There's no more time left on the clock, but we're going to have the referees add up all the points, make sure everything is right. But it looks like Smash Squad has won this game.
Yes,
another very close game here at the Ted Reeve Arena. All these fresh meat are giving it their all, and it's just proving to be just so close. Everything is so close.
And we're just waiting to make sure this is the final score. And if it is, Smash Squad will be out for their victory lap. That sounds like a happy chair.
Always got to keep things upbeat here in
Way
roller derby
Charlie.
world.
235, right there. Final score, 90 to 85 for Smash Squad. Congratulations, Smash Squad. You're moving on. Oh, here they go. Victory lap. We had to wait a minute there for the victory lap. Congratulations, Smash Squad. I'm signing off. It's Candy Sauce. My partner in crime,
Susie Q.
Cheers. Oh, those two get sweaty.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, is this yours? Or was it just on the table? I was trying to look up the funnel cake stuff, and I couldn't find the page. There it is.
No, I think my